being passed over during his first year of draft eligibility. The Blues have extended that into main camp. And Trenton Bennett won 1 of 5 starts with the Attack last year. Now the 6'8" Kitchener native was picked up in the 3rd round by the New Jersey Devils in June. He'll get his start here tonight at Canada Life Place. Now the Attack are solid in goal, and you have to believe they will move one goaltender before the deadline. Now GM DeGray has plenty of time to decide what's the best option for the Attack.
Now tell us about Bowie and Nancy.
Well, where's the offense going to come from in this version of the Owen Sound Attack? Now the first player you look to is the reigning OHL Rookie of the Year, Pierce Bowie. He scored 29 last year, 21 of those recorded in 33 games after January 1st. Now Bowie scored 11 power play goals last year. A 40-goal season with 20 on the power play is certainly realistic. Now Harry Nancy recorded 4 goals in his first 7 games last year, and then dried up with just 3 goals in his last 60 games of the season. Now the 18-year-old Nancy will need to find the confidence he had early in the season last year. Now this is Bowie's draft eligible year. He'll have to put up big numbers to stay in the first round conversation. Nancy, he was a 5th round pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs in June. He's in camp with the Leafs right now.
Okay, Rick, who's going to need to step up for the Attack?
Well, secondary scoring is vital this season for the Owen Sound Attack. Now, Cole Zerwoski recorded 16 goals last year in a season split between Flint and Owen Sound. And Michael Deck played 8 games with the Attack last year and scored 4 goals. Now, they'll be counted on to add some depth up front this year. Now, Zerwoski is in his draft eligible year, and Deck was waived in his first year of eligibility with limited viewing by NHL scouting. So these are the 2 guys that have to step up for the Attack on the forward unit.
Bitkowski is an essential piece of the Attack's D.
Well, the defense is going to be led by Bitkowski. One NHL drafted player in their lineup, and it's Bitkowski. Now the 3rd round pick of the Buffalo Sabres will anchor a defense that has 4 of their 8 defensemen either 19 or 20 years old. Now based on that, the 6'6", 220-pound Bitkowski will be pulling down big minutes for the Attack this year. Now Dale DeGray signed Lenny Greenberg in February this year. The NCAA commit will play his OA season with the Attack. Noah Roberts, who finished the year in Sudbury last year, was brought in via trade to play out his OA season with the Attack. He has 170 OHL games to his credit. And Braden Rogers rounds out the top 4 19 and 20-year-old defensemen. A quality D with good goaltending will keep Owen Sound in the mix in the Midwest Division.
The Knights made a goaltending move this week.
Well, this is a great move for both hockey clubs. The London Knights move out one of the 3 goaltenders they had in camp, and Jaden Shillette, he heads down the road to the Oshawa Generals, and the Knights get a 15th round pick back for Shillette. He played in the BCHL last year, and Shillette, that 15th round pick is a conditional pick. If Shillette stays in Oshawa until November 15th, the London Knights receive a 4th round pick for Shillette in this trade. The good news for Roger Hunt, he has 6 weeks to decide whether Shillette is an OHL goaltender or not. And if he does keep him after November 15th, that means the Knights have a 4th round pick. Now, a strength for the Knights last year is shaping up to be a strength this year. Alexei Medvedev backed up the league's top goaltender, Austin Elliott, last year. He'll take on the starter's role after posting 22 wins in 32 starts for the Memorial Cup champions. Now, Medvedev was the 4th goaltender selected in this year's NHL draft when Vancouver picked him up in the 2nd round. Now, he signed an entry-level contract with the Canucks this past summer. Rare for an 18-year-old goaltender to sign coming out of the draft, Medvedev had a tremendous year as a rookie in the Ontario Hockey League. Now, Sebastian Gatto is penciled in as the backup, but he had a tremendous preseason, posting a .953 save percentage. Now, the 6'4" Troy, Michigan native played in the BCHL last year for the Chilliwack Chiefs, winning 19 of 29 starts on the West Coast while posting a 2.87 goals against average. Now, the 19-year-old has committed to play NCAA at Dartmouth in the future. Now, like Medvedev pushed Elliott for starts last year, Gatto will push Medvedev this year. Size and a winning pedigree runs through the London crease. A definite advantage for this version of the London Knights. Gatto will get the start here at Canada Life Place tonight.
Different players are going to need to step up offensively for the London Knights.
Well, like all teams at this time of year, where's the offense going to come from in the London Knights lineup? Now, Logan Howry led the Knights in the preseason with 4 goals and 7 points. One of those goals recorded on the power play. Now, Howry scored 9 times last year. 5 of those recorded in his last 11 games of the season. He'll be relied on big time this year. Evan Van Gorp recorded 19 goals for the Knights last year in a role that saw him play in the bottom 6 forwards. An enhanced role among the top 6 with some power play assignments should push him into his first 20-plus goal season in a London Knights uniform for the Watford, Ontario native. And Noah Reid, a 3rd-round pick of the Anaheim Ducks, was a player who improved his draft status with hustle as the year progressed. 10 goals should translate to 20-plus this year due to an increase in his ice time alone. He will get a shot at playing on the top 6 forwards as far as I'm concerned. Evan Van Gorp has to eliminate the long stretches without a goal. He had 2 stretches of 7 games without a goal and 2 6-game stretches without scoring last year. Howry is playing in his draft year. 20-plus goal season will keep him in the top 2-round conversation. These are the players head coach Dale Hunter will rely on for offense as far as depth is concerned in the London lineup.
There's some new faces on the Knights blue line.
Well, London has added considerable size to the back end of this lineup. Now, Maxim Sokolovsky checks in at 6'8" and 238 pounds as a 17-year-old. Another feature that will strike you in his great mobility for a man of that size. Now, Sokolovsky used his size with some aggression during exhibition play without taking penalties. Just 2 minutes in the 3 games that he played. Julian Brown is 6'4" and 230 pounds from Montclair, New Jersey. Now, the 19-year-old played in the BCHL last year with the Nanaimo Clippers. He played with a little edge out there. 76 minutes in 49 games played for Brown. And Linus Funk, the Swedish import, is 6'3" and 195 pounds. He has an offensive side to the game he played during the exhibition schedule. He moved up with the play without getting caught out of position all that often. Now, Funk and Sokolowski are considered imports. Funk was a 4th-round pick of Colorado in June. He is currently unsigned. He's at camp with Colorado. Sokolowski will be compared to Zdeno Chara frequently this year. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And he'll be eligible for the 2026 NHL draft. Now, it's going to be interesting to follow his rating as the year progresses. And Julian Brown should add some sandpaper to this lineup. It won't be comfortable to play at Canada Life Place this season based on the size of the back end alone, Sophie.
Now, Dale Hunter will be leading this Knights team once again this season. Well,
Dale Hunter steps back behind the bench, and we're very fortunate here in London to have a coach of this caliber. He's 2nd on the all-time win list. Now, Brian Kilray holds down the #1 spot with 1,194 wins. Dale Hunter sits 2nd on that list with 1,106 wins. 188 wins separate the only two men in the history of the league to surpass 1,000 wins. Now, Hunter has coached his team to 3 straight OHL finals. His team has won the past 2 Ontario League finals. He comes into this year as the defending Memorial Cup champion. Now, the Knights' 3rd Memorial Cup win in the past 20 years. Added to the responsibility of attempting to mold this version of the Knights into a contender, Dale and Mark Hunter will be in charge of Canada's entry in the World Junior Championships. A busy year for London's bench boss. There's no doubt about it, Sophie.
Well, thank you so much, Rick. We'll be right back with more of the warm-up.
Pelican Water has been London Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Pelican, your one-stop shop for all things water.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to tour some amazing backyards. We're going to meet up with some great folks, and we're going to cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
Hi, I'm Kathleen from Hiking with Kathleen. Please join me this season where I bring you on my great adventures of hiking, paddling, and camping. And I bring you up close to wildlife as I see them on my hikes.
My OHL is a place to talk. So Talk Today has a number of elements. First and foremost, we support the players. We provide mental health and awareness training and suicide prevention training to them. And we have a coach that's in every one of our branches that supports an OHL team. And in years to come, these individuals that are playing in the OHL now will be great mental health champions.
I'm Heather from Optimus TV Bingo. For a chance to win extra spending money, tune in to Optimus TV Bingo Monday nights at 8 p.m. For details on tickets, go to tvbingo.ca.
Join us Saturday, October the 11th for Rogers TV Night with the Knights. Bring new toques, mitts, scarves, gloves, or warm socks to support youth at BGC London. Visit our concourse tables for prizes. Watching from home, tune into Rogers TV for your chance to win Knights tickets. Welcome back. Well, during the first intermission, I'll have the chance to chat with OHL Commissioner Brian Crawford, so make sure you stay tuned for that interview. But for now, stay tuned because we'll be right back with more of the warm-up after this.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
I'm Heather from Optimus TV Bingo. For a chance to win extra spending money, tune in to Optimus TV Bingo Monday nights at 8 p.m. For details on tickets, go to tvbingo.ca.
Celebrating 25 years in London, Duramed Mobility has been your trusted source for home healthcare equipment and mobility products. Whether it be purchases, rentals, or repairs, Duramed Mobility is here for you.
Hey London, did you know it's the law to have working smoke alarms?
That's right, working smoke alarms save lives. Get in on the action and test yours today.
And be sure to stay in touch with us by following us on social media.
Hey, you want to see a show on Rogers TV that doesn't feature any human stars? Well, you've come to the right place. Watch Crumpet Corner, this brand new show full of laughs and, weirdness, chaos.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to tour some amazing backyards. We're going to meet up with some great folks, and we're going to cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive Drive Sober.
My name is Ryan Dyson, and I drive the number 28 Superstock at Delaware Speedway and across Ontario all summer long. You can check out our YouTube series right here on Rogers TV. We took so much pride in this, we figured we should have a rain cover for the pit cart.
Join us Saturday, October the 11th for Rogers TV Night with the Knights. Bring new toques, mitts, scarves, gloves, or warm socks to support youth at BGC London. Visit our concourse tables for prizes. Watching from home, tune in to Rogers TV for your chance to win Knights tickets. Now I'd like to welcome in Greg Sloan to the warm-up. Greg, yesterday was the official start of the 2025-2026 season.
And yet again, another year is upon us here in the Ontario Hockey League. It started on two fronts. It started out in Peterborough, the Brampton Battalion in town at the Memorial Centre. The Petes win their home opener. They haven't done that in a while as they beat the Brampton Battalion by the score of 6-3. Matthew Soto come over from the Kingston Frontenacs over the summer. He had a good night, a goal and 3 assists. Colin Fitzgerald had a beauty. He had the play of the night. He's draft eligible this year. Easton Rye had the win in goal for the Peterborough Petes. Zach Bowen, a former London Knight goaltender who played with the Petes and is now with the Brampton Battalion. He made 33 saves in the loss. The second game last night was Oshawa. The Eastern Conference champion Oshawa Generals was up in North Bay. North Bay took that one by the score of 4-2. The rookie Pereira scored the opener. Ben Harper had 1-1 goal and an assist. And McIver had 26 saves in his 31st win as a North Bay Battalion. Sam Roberts for the Oshawa Generals had his first goal. He's a first rounder this past April for the Generals. And Chalette, the kid that was playing goal here in London, got traded to Oshawa this past week. He started for the Generals. Of course, the Oshawa Generals, they were missing a few good players. Of course, notably Bennett Seneca was out in Anaheim. Danforth was in Toronto, Ben Danforth, Owen Griffin in Columbus, and of course Salmon Wang out in San Jose.
Now, there are a lot of OHL players attending NHL camps.
I'll tell you something. Talk about the best development league is the Canadian Hockey League still. Make no mistake. 111 OHL eligible players that can play in the OHL are at 32 respective NHL camps. The Knights lead it with 14 players that could come back to junior, lead that pack out of the 111. Out of the first 10 picks in the NHL draft in June this past year, 5 of them were from the OHL, and 9 were right across the board in the Canadian Hockey League. 21 out of the 32 teams came from the Canadian Hockey League. I repeat, still the best development league in the on the planet, in my mind.
Okay, Greg, tell us about the CHL Top 10.
Okay, this has been a while since I haven't seen the London Knights right at the top. They're not even in the top 10 so far. Blanford is number 1 to start the season out. Brantford, number 2. They'll have a good team this year. Spokane, number 3. Windsor. Look out for the Windsor Spitfires this year, especially if they got Protas back. They're at number 5. Where we got Windsor at 5, yes, Edmonton at 6, Kitchener Rangers at 7, and of course Moncton back in the mix at 8, Kelowna number 9, and guess what, the Niagara Ice Dogs right at the top of number 10 in the CHL's top 10 to start things out.
Well, thank you so much, Greg. We'll be right back with more of the warm-up after that.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Playing whatever. Jack 102.3. Celebrating 25 years in London, Duramed Mobility has been your trusted source for home healthcare equipment and mobility products. Whether it be purchases, rentals, or repairs, Duramed Mobility is here for you.
Hi!
My name is Ryan Dyson, and I drive the number 28 Superstock at Delaware Speedway and across Ontario all summer long. You can check out our YouTube series right here on Rogers TV.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febry. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving.
You just don't go down as low. No. We want you to cross your body, though, and do a slight bend.
Catch the Thunder, Mondays at noon.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Join us Saturday, October the 11th for Rogers TV Night with the Knights. Bring new toques, mitts, scarves, gloves, or warm socks to support youth at BGC London. Visit our concourse tables for prizes. Watching from home? Tune into Rogers TV for your chance to win Knights tickets. Well, we've been waiting 110 days for this. For the first time this regular season, the London Knights will hit the ice. Stay tuned. Puck Drop is next.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Season, I'd like to welcome you to Canada Life Place, home of the London Knights. Tonight, the reigning Memorial Cup champions will be kicking off the 2025-2026 OHL season against the Owen Sound Attack. This is Helly Gully Yamaha London Knights hockey here on Rogers TV, and I am your host, Sophie Bernier. Now, it's been 169 days since these two teams last went head-to-head, and that was in Game 4 of the first round of the postseason, a series the Knights ultimately went on to win on their journey to capturing both the J. Ross Robertson Cup and the Memorial Cup. But today starts a new season and a new look for both sides. Fresh faces and young talent will be looking to step into bigger roles and make an immediate impact. And not only is it the home opener, but it is a special night here in London. The Knights will be raising both their championship banners. But before I send you over to the opening ceremonies, let's quickly take a look at the starting goaltenders, brought to you by Byron Optimist Club. Starting in net for the Owen Sound Attack, it is Trenton Bennett. He has a record of 1-4-0 goals against average. And in net for the London Knights, it's Sebastian Gatto with a goals against average of 1.33 and save percentage of 0.953. Now I'll send you down to ice level for the opening ceremonies.
Fans, let's meet your London Knights bench staff, head athletic therapist, Luca Perron. Assistant equipment manager, Brad Darrow. Head equipment manager, Chris Matten. Assistant coach, Rick Stedman. Assistant coach, Dylan Hunter. And the head coach of your London Knights, Dale Hunter. please welcome your defenseman, number 4, Andoni Femus. Number 17, Maxim Sokolowski. Number 18, Julian Brown. Number 24, Cody Wood. Number 67, P.J. Fagan. And number 77, Caleb Mitchell. And now, let's meet your forwards. Number 6, Brody Cook. Number 11, Braden Clark. Number 14, Evan Van Gorp. Number 21, Max Crease. Number 26, Logan Howry. Number 34, Cohen Bitgood. Number 53, Ben Wilmots. Number 55, Renee Van Bommel. 71, Mikhail Zakharov. Number 72, Caden Hawkins. Number 87, Jackson Coover. And number 96, Alex Kempo. And now let's meet your goaltenders. Number 33, Seth Roden. And starting in goal, number 80, Sebastian Ghetto. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your 2025-26 London Knights. Knights fans, we welcome London Mayor Josh Morgan and London Knight Will Nickel to present the Memorial Cup. And now, Knights fans, would you please join us in welcoming Commissioner Brian Crawford to say a few words on behalf of the Ontario Hockey League.
Good evening. On behalf of the Ontario Hockey League, congratulations to the London Knights on an incredible 2024-2025 season. And the team's third Memorial Cup. Congratulations to the players on an absolutely unbelievable and record-setting season. to Dale, Mark, Basil, Trevor, Rob Simpson, and all of the London Knights staff, congratulations on building something incredibly special here in London. Just building the suspense. And last but not least, congratulations and thank you to all of you, the incredible fans of the London Knights. The passion, the energy, and the enthusiasm that you bring to this league is what makes it so special. Let's have a great 26-27 season.
Everything. These guys are my brothers. I grew up since I was 15, 16 years old with a lot of them and watched all these guys grow, get drafted to the NHL. Guys are getting drafted this year. It's been a tight group, really special group of guys. We've had a lot of fun together, a lot of memories, and you know, we're just trying to kind of end this story off on the right note.
This is surreal. The Knights are going back to back at the Memorial Cup.
It really is special to have this group go for a chance to finish something that has been in their minds since before the season started. This is what they have been building towards.
Yeah, we're just ready to empty the tanks. We got nothing else to save for. You got however long you want after the season to take off, sit on the beach somewhere, so just empty the tanks.
Memorial Cup final versus Medicine Hat.
And the Medicine Hat Tigers in the 2025 Memorial Cup Final.
Look back on, you know, the past and how far we've come as a group, and you know, it all comes down to a 60-minute game of hockey, maybe more if it goes to overtime. So I think it'll be mixed emotions, but you know, I think it's all for a good reason. It means we love the game, and you know, this is what every guy on our team, every guy on their team probably grew up dreaming about. So it's just excitement and a lot of emotions.
Rocky skates up high, drops it, kicking shit, right off to Cowan. Here goes Verstevich. Here's Joel with a backhand, he scores!
Slips it in front, Cowan scores! Easton Cowan! And the Knights take a 2-0 lead.
No, it won't ever, honestly. I mean, just
The feeling of winning the championship is special, especially doing it with your best friends, so it's just awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a moment that will last forever. The 2024-25 Midwest Division Hamilton Spectator Trophy, Western Conference, Ontario Hockey League, and Memorial Cup champions, your London Knights. Excalibur Insurance is the proud sponsor of the London Knights Anthem program. At this time, as you are able, we would ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the Canadian National Anthem to be performed by the students of Oxbow Public School.
Ontario Hockey League fans, and welcome to the 2025-2026 season. Right here in downtown London, the home of the Memorial Cup champion, the London Knights. The Canada Life Place in Rick, London goes into this season as Ontario Hockey League champions and, of course, Memorial Cup champions.
Well, London has been to the OHL final 3 years in a row. They've won it for the past 2 years and enter this season as defending Memorial Cup champions. Now, Owen Sound has been eliminated from the playoffs the past 2 years by the eventual Memorial Cup winner. Both teams are waiting to NHL training camps break so they can complete their respective rosters. Both teams with lots of rookies in the lineup here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, London has yet to have any of their players come back from their respective teams in the National Hockey League. Betkowski back in the lineup for the Owen Sound Attack, so he'll be a welcome addition on the back end for Owen Sound. Owen Sound and London in the last 5 years, Rick, the London Knights have won 24 4 wins to 4 losses against this Owen Sound Attack Hockey Club. This team is beefed up this year a little bit up at the Bay Shore. We'll see what happens as we get started here in this 2025-26 season underway here in London. Glad again you can join us for Hully Gully Yamaha Knights Hockey right here on Rogers TV.
Well, we start with a icing call. It goes all the way back down into the Owen Sound zone as Femus, one of the veterans stepping back into this lineup. He joined the Knights halfway through last season from the BCHL.
So London will have the face-off deep in Owen Sound territory. Trent Bennett in net for Owen Sound tonight. Of course, Carter George Wade, his respective NHL hockey club, the LA King. Now out through the center. Nice. Cora tips it in deep off the dash here. Battle plays it around the boards, and the sophomore Howard out through the center ice. Flung to the open wing. Vega touched up in across the line and tracked down by the Owen Sound D. Over here on the near side, Roberts will clear the zone. He's Gary Roberts' son. Started out in Hamilton, up to Sudbury. Howard back in. Look at that sauce on for the veteran Rene Van Bommel. Just hopped over his stick and is dialed off to the corner. Played up along the boards. Up on the play is Van Bommel again. Shoots it in front of that and tracked down nicely by Bennett.
Well, the Dermot keys for tonight's game for Owen Sound. It has to be the PK now. The attack allowed the opposition to score 8 goals on 29 opportunities in the exhibition play. They need to tighten that up. And for London, it's goaltending. Sebastian Gatto gets his first OHL start here tonight for London.
He played well in the preseason, Gatto did. And Owen Sound out through to the center ice here. Touched up by the Knights, bid good, gets knocked down by Dak, and it's reeled over on the wing. Long lead pass picked up by Van Gorp, and I believe the Knights are going to get a penalty here, Rick, as they touch the puck. And now the Owen Sound Attack on the tonight's first power play.
Well, this is going to be a head check as the referees come together as they'll discuss this. As this pass comes up the middle, and you can see it was timing on that play as Julian Brown steps into his man. He'll step into the box. He'll go 2 minutes on the interference call. He didn't time it quite right, and the Attack go on to the power play for the first time this season. They were 3 for 27 in exhibition play, operating at 11% efficiency.
Brown coming over from the BCHL. So Owen Sound on the first power play. Comes in along the boards. DeLille leaving it there for score. Ripped around on the far side. Crawford. He'll send it around in behind the net. Centering pass out front. Hits a stick. Van Gorp tries to clear the zone. Touched up and it split the D. And it's rattled all the way back down into Owen Sound territory. Dirk Crawford wheeling his way across the line, looking for DeLille, former general, off to the right side. Picked up by Zarowski around the boards again. Sikora tracks it down off the coast, plays it up high slot area. Sikora again looking for a man, high slot. Once again tipped in front of the net, and it rolls to the near side. Sikora, once again, Crawford looking for a man, hits a stick. Good play by Van Gorp, and it's set over to the boards where Bidgood will play it off the far coast to himself, and he gets the backhander away and tracked down by the goaltender Bennett. 50 seconds remaining in the minor to Brown. Banks gets touched up by Fagan, hard off the boards, and it does squeeze out through to the Owen Sound blue line. Banks trying to clear the zone, and it hops, and the Knights D will pick it up. Sokolovsky plays it over on the right side. Van Bommel touches it in deep, and now Bowie trying to clear the zone, and 20 remains on the minor. In deep and rolls. Vega. Long lead pass for Rene Van Bommel. And across the line looking for Wilmot. He cranked one off the blocker of the goaltender Bennett once again, 3 abreast. Come back the Owen Sound Attack. They're still on the power play. Now it's expired as Brown is out of the penalty box. Deck gets checked up as Brown came out of the box in a timely fashion to check up the impeding player. Now it rolls out front. London trying to clear the zone, and Rogers has it for the Owen Sound Attack. All back to 5-on-5 here. Almost 4 off the clock. Opening night in downtown London. Packed house, 9,000 plus. Arnott gets checked up by Cook, and he'll race down the right side. Centering pass out front. Dragoff couldn't corral that pass, and Beeman's up against Bisman. Campbell, the rookie, first rounder for the Knights in this past April's OHL priority selection draft. Left it back out. Knocked down by Nelson and played over to Arnett. 0-0. 2 shots recorded for the Knights. Owen Sound at the power play yet to record a shot. Roberts once again round the board softly, almost touched up by the Knights winger. In behind the net. Over here on the near side, Owen Sound having difficulty a little bit with the Knights speed in the early going of this first period. Dragged back in again. Picked up by the Owen Sound D. Headman pass back out through the center ice. Zorowski couldn't get past cover. This touches up to Mitchell, who hails from Omini, Ontario. Second rounder from the Knights last year. Now covering across the line, trying to pick up his man. And Roberts once again will lead it up for Owen Sound. Hot pass picked off this time by Brown. And they'll just loft it in. Butkowski into the corner. Round the boards, and Zorowski can't clear the zone. Knocked down at the line by Browning. In front of the net. No, that was just tipped. And the goaltender bit it up with the big save.
Well, Jackson Culver, he goes right for the net on this play. They just float that puck to him. He gets a stick on it. But Bennett at 6'8", 207 pounds, he covers a whole lot of that net. As Culver with the first golden scoring opportunity in this hockey game.
Now Culver very close in opening the scoring for the Knights. Now play back out through the center ice, and Galil nails the net behind the cage again, and the Knights are out with it. They're thinking. Rinses it in deep off the base of the boards, up along the near far side, and it dribbles right into the goaltender.
Well, Logan Howery, the Knights' first-round pick in 2024, scored 9 times in 33 games last year. 5 of those goals were recorded in his last 11 games of the regular season. He scored 4 in the preseason to lead the Knights in that category in 4 games.
Yeah, Howery, great preseason for the London Knights. Been good in behind the net, twisting, turning, leaving it there. Beamers, bang it, front of the net, and that was just tipped wide and shanked off to the boards. Jack tips it out through the center ice, and now Tarian on the move in, and oh, what a move! Could be highlight reel, but he gets rocked at the high post. And that'll with the save. Big scrum, 0-0, partway through the first, downtown London.
Culligan Water has been London Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, your one-stop shop for all things water.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're gonna tour some amazing backyards. We're gonna meet up with some great folks, and we're gonna cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
Hi, I'm Kathleen from Hiking with Kathleen. Please join me this season where I bring you on my great adventures of hiking, paddling, and camping. And I bring you up close to wildlife as I see them on my hikes.
This first period is brought to you by Oil Guard.
Well, Sebastian Gatto comes up with his first big save as Therrien beats Fagan right there, and then Gatto, he stretches out. Fagan gets called on the penalty at the tail end of that play. He'll go into the box. 2 minutes is up on the clock right now for Fagan. The referees are conferring at center ice. We'll have to see if that's going to be upgraded. I didn't see any contact with the head, and you can see Therrien is listening to the officials make the call out there. As we see Fagan gets beat cleanly right there by Therrien on a beautiful move. It's that hit right there, and certainly Fagan kept his arms down and hit him in the lower back. He sits in the box. 2 minutes is up on the clock, so you have to believe that's going to be a check from behind, possibly an interference call on the play. So as Therrien gets hit, watching the lower back here, but his head goes up against the crossbar right there as the visor goes up on the play. And certainly that wasn't Fagan coming in contact with the head. It was the result of the hit.
Right.
On the play. 2 minutes on the clock, but the referees are still conferring about this call in front of the timekeeper's bench. They have the linesmen involved in this play as well, so they're getting some input from them as to whether this is going to be more than a 2-minute penalty or not. 13:50 remains in period number 1. The shots on goal read 6-1 in favor of the London Knights. And they're asking Fagan to get up, and he's making his way toward the linesman. We're going to see what's called on this play. This could mean that Fagan's night is done.
What a move by Therrien.
As the referees are, and indeed his night looks to be done. Oh, they're getting the tablet out here now, Sloaney. So we have to believe they're going to check to see if he came in contact with Therrien's head or not. I think once they check the tablet, they'll realize that he did not come in contact with the head. 2 minutes remains on the clock, so the referees are going through the entire process here to determine exactly what this call should be.
So we have a stoppage in play here. It's already been 2 or 3 minutes in real time. We got the tablet out, as Rick mentioned. They'll be thorough about this check. But I believe you're right, Rick. He hit him low, but they head came off the post.
I believe they're checking to see if he came in contact with the head, because Therrien stayed down on the play.
Yeah.
And the referee's now looking at that tablet. You can see he comes in contact not with the head, but with the lower back. And his helmet and visor go into the net. He's fortunate that he was wearing that visor on that play as the net came off the moorings here. And of course, there's new rules this year. The referees can look at that tablet as they determine. They have to. And in this case, clearly, they conferred with the linesmen on the play, and they determined out of that group that they weren't sure if he came in contact with the head, and that's what you have to believe that they're having a look at here. So the headset's coming off. Fagan sits in the box, waiting for the referees to make this call as the tablet goes back into the penalty box.
Yep.
And Fagan is leaving the box. 5 minutes goes up on the clock.
So the result.
I'm not exactly sure what the call is going to be.
Yeah, me too.
And it is being explained to head coach Dale Hunter right now. But 5 minutes on the clock, so the Owen Sound Attack go on to the power play for the second time in tonight's game. This is an extended version. So we'll have to wait to determine what that call was.
So Owen Sound back on the power play, this time for 5 minutes. Now they roll. They got Perrion back out there, of course. This face shield and, of course, helmet went off the crossbar on that check. Now tipped in front of the net by Deck, and a good play by the goaltender. Gatto to step that one off from point-blank range, and it's ushered all the way back down in Owen Sound territory. Here comes the attack. Out through the center ice, it hits Ray's skate, but manages to bring it in across the line. Banks trolls over on the right side for Jacob Terrian, leaving it there. Quick shot, knocked down in front of the net. Brown knocks his man down. Louis sending pass out front, and that pass was intended for Terrian off that low post, but a good defensive play by the Knights defenseman. Pick it off. Left bear, Terrian boots it up onto the blade, brings it in across the line. That'll be offside as they touch it, and picked up by the Knights cook. He'll deposit the puck deep into Owen Sound territory, and Mitchell has the puck. Lead pass. They catch Owen Sound on a change. Here's a chance for Hawkins, the overager, and he ripped that one right into the pads of Trenton Bennett. He's a big goaltender, I believe 6'8". Now off the boards again, and back out through to the Owen Sound's blue line. Sikora will lead the four-man assault, and across the line, bounces in off the boards. Mitchell plays it on the right side, and Mitchell again will find the lane, and it's shot down the ice. 8 minutes, 10 seconds off the clock here in the first period. Owen Sound 2:55 remaining on the majors. TJ Fagan. All secured at the line. Sikora again down the coast. Here's Greenberg, takes a peek off the crest and into the glove of Sebastian Gatto.
Well, Gatto has come up big for the London Knights on a couple of occasions on this power play. This is the latest right here. When he goes down, you can see he takes away a whole lot of that net and that butterfly style. He's faced 3 shots on goal right now, 2 of them golden scoring opportunities, as Gatto's making a mark on this game rather early. Shots on goal 7-3 in favor of the Knights. There's 2:42 remaining on the penalty to Fagan.
So everybody up and in tight. Owen Sound, the scoreless draw. 8.5 off the clock here in the first period. Opening night for both these hockey clubs. That sailed right through the paint. Nobody home for Owen Sound. Good stick by the Knights D once again. Now played in behind the net. Picked off by London, and it's shot into the bench.
Well, that faceoff will remain inside as Brown and Femus on the back end exchange that pass in behind the net. It goes into the benches, so that's the reason there's no delay of game call.
Play around the board. Van Bommel lifts it out, and it bounces all the way back down into Owen Sound's territory. John Banks with the puck. Drops it off. Ray off to the wing for Deck. London's Bemis stands him up at the blue line. Bowie finding a man to Terrion. Didn't get a lot on that shoot in, and in behind the net. Brown once again. He'll find the lane, and it's ushered all the way back down. Just 1:40 remaining on the 5-minute major. Van Bommel picks his man off. Shot down the ice. Yeoman's work by the Knights on this 5-minute penalty kill. Still 1:28 remaining in the advantage for Owen Sound. Dumped in deep. They'll race in with a great deal of determination. Zarowski in the corner, picked off by the Knights again. along the boards, and they clear the zone. Greenberg deep in his own territory. Clark out there as well for the London Knights. Left in front of the net, and here comes Owen Sound. They'll dash down the wing, hard around the boards, courtesy of Greenberg. Up onto the Zorowski, played around in behind the net, picked off Sikora, drags it up onto the blade, high slot off to the coast. They're looking for a shot at least. Now they get in the position, and Crawford cranks one up, but it goes off the defenseman Caleb Mitchell. Played to the corner again. Sikora takes a peek, head up, shoots wide of the mark, and it's played over to the wing and caught up, and that allows the winger from London to shoot it down the ice. 25 seconds remaining. The 5-minute man advantage. Here's Nelson off the boards and in again. Brown gets to the puck first. In behind the net, and Evan Van Gorp up with it. Lead pass to Bidgood. Bidgood gets checked up at the line. Just 5 seconds remaining in the major. And Sikora will reel it in deeper there. Now back to the blue line again. Big hit there. And Bidgood waltzes his way in. Penalty now has expired. We're back to 5-on-5. So Owen Sound's had 7 minutes of power play action. And they've recorded 3 shots. Here's a shot right in front of the net. And that's picked off by the left pad. Trenton Bennett. Now we got the shenanigans in front. A lot of headlocks.
Well, you have to believe this is frustration on the Owen Sound Attack's part. They've had 7 minutes of power play opportunity in this period. They haven't been able to generate a whole lot. And as soon as the London Knights got close.
That's Campbell. Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is Mitchell.
Mitchell. Campbell gets knocked down. Mitchell's giving it.
That was Micus that he fought. As all of a sudden, Sloaney, there was no heat on this game, and as soon as the London Knights killed that second power play opportunity, a 5-minute variety, all of a sudden we have a scrum as the Attack felt that Bennett was being crowded in his crease, and as soon as the Knights got to the blue paint, there was headlocks abound.
A lot of wrestling. They had Campbell out, and he wrestled him down to the ice as well. And of course, he's the first rounder for the Knights. Femus, so that trend, he's going to get ushered off.
Rogers is going for the Owen Sound Attack. Femus being ushered off the ice. Rogers being ushered off the ice. Van Gorp, Bidgood, and Mitchell in the box for the Knights right now. On the other side, it looks like it's only going to be Micus in the box for the Owen Sound Attack at this point. And the referees will confer once again. And this is exactly how this all started right here. You can see Bidgood comes in contact right there with our net. And away we go. All of a sudden the scrums begin. And the headlocks start. Now this is Mitchell and Micus as Mitchell gets Micus's sweater up over his head, so that kind of handicaps him. So Mitchell acquainted himself pretty well for his first fight in the Ontario Hockey League.
Yeah, he certainly did.
We have 8:29 remaining here in period number 1. The shots on goal read 8-3 in favor of the Knights, and the door swings open. Van Gorp is being asked to leave the penalty bench. He'll skate over to the London Knights bench, so it doesn't look as if he's going to be penalized on the play. Micus is still the only one in the box for the Owen Sound Attack. Bidgood and Mitchell for the London Knights. Of course, Micus and Mitchell will be offsetting. They'll probably get 5 minutes each for fighting. Bidgood, he was the one that came in contact with our net in front of the net at the blue paint. He could be getting a 2-minute minor for interference on that play. If that's the case, and we've got that right, the Owen Sound Attack will go on to the third power play opportunity in this hockey game with 8:29 remaining in period number 1.
So as soon as Bidgood got in contact with the Owen Sound player, the rookie Campo got knocked down in the same fashion at the high post, and no call there so far, with the only lone player in the penalty bench area for the Owen Sound Attack. So if that stands, you're absolutely right. It looks like Owen Sound will probably be back on the power play the way it looks.
And we have to assume that the Mitchell penalty is going to be 5 minutes, so it will be a 5-on-4 manpower advantage for the Owen Sound Attack. This will be their third opportunity in this period. So far, they've had 7 minutes of power play time in the first 11 minutes and 31 seconds. So we've had 4 minutes and 31 seconds of even strength play so far in tonight's hockey game. It's been an eventful night for the referees already, Sloaney. Yeah. We've had 2 conferences, and the tablet's been out once.
Long third period to get things rolling between the ceremonies and
throw in a Memorial Cup banner raising, and all of a sudden we got a long night ahead of us here.
Here we go. Good start to the season. And look at, you talk about the penalty or the power play minutes for the Owen Sound Attack. 3 shots up on the board, so they like to fix that if they get another power play opportunity here.
Well, I really believe that the frustration was showing in that little scrum in front of the net, and I think it stems from the fact that the Owen Sound Attack haven't had much success on the power play so far this evening.
Well, they're back at it again. Touch back to the blue line. They'll control the draw down the coast. Is Deck stops. Takes a peek. He'll look for a man in that high slot down low. Tarian shuffles it right through the top of the paint. And it missed everyone. Banks are in. High slot area. Quick shot. Oh, and a good save by Sebastian Gatto. Through trap.
Well, that gives you a little bit of a size comparison for Maxim Sokolovsky right there. He was London's second pick in this year's CHL import draft. He stands 6'8" and weighs 238 pounds at 17 years old. He's available for this year's NHL draft. Watch the Zdeno Chara comparisons begin.
And when you put Tarian up beside him, it just shows the point you're talking about. Back down low, Tarian, pretty sneaky, trying to sneak it home there, short side. And the London D, good stem there, and it's shot down by the winger from London all the way down the alley to the ice. And at 18, remaining in the minor to the good. And across the line again are the Owen Sound Attack. The London D playing marvelous so far here in this first period opening night. Dump down the alley to the ice. Here's Clark. Clark in behind the net. Wrap around in front of that net. He gets clocked. And it's back out through to the red line. That'll be offside at the line.
.54 seconds remains in the penalty to Bidgood. As we get Clark here showing great hustle as he beats his man to the puck, just takes him off the puck. He tries the wraparound. He gets hit at the tail end of the play, but Bennett at 6'8" in net in that sprawling position. There's not a whole lot of room in behind him, Sloaney.
Oh. Big netminder. Both goalies are 6'3" plus. The little back to the blue line. Owen Sound still with 40 left on their third power play. Up top, high slot off to the coast. Sikora waits down low. DeLille, former Oshawa General, takes a peek back to the blue line. Sikora once again, he seems to be the quarterback on this power play. Has the puck once again, shoots, and it goes off the skate. Now it goes high post and wrap around in front of the net, and the paddle goes down. As Gatto will make the save.
Well, Gatto gets that pad down as Zarowski was going for the wraparound on the play. Now that's the 5th shot he's faced. I've seen 3 golden scoring opportunities on Gatto. He stood tall. For most of this period, he's been under pressure with the power play. Now, the Owen Sound Attack have held the power play in the London zone most of the time. However, they've kept it to the outside.
Overager Clark waved out of there. A little in there. Bent Baumel steps in, kicked free. London will control. And they'll chip it off the glass and down the ice. That will do it. There's only 5 seconds remaining in the penalty to Bidgood. So 9 minutes of power play for the Owen Sound Attack. Here's the look. Trying to narrow that net off the boards again. Plays it down. Crawford, high slot. Here's a chance now for the attack. And Vitkowski ripping one into the glove of Sebastian Gatto.
Well, Gatto still wearing that Leamington Flyers helmet, as that's a point-blank shot. What a great glove on Gatto. He's a native of Troy, Michigan. He was London's 12th round pick in 2024. He played his minor hockey in the Detroit Honey Baked system.
Of course, Brody Cook played for the Leamington Flyers as well last year. Played in behind the net. Back to the blue line. Here's Robert. Vitkowski. He came over in the trade with Oshawa. Tipped in front of the net, just wide of the mark. Right to the half courts. Nelson picks it up. Wood after his man. The rookie's going to get one here. Played back to the blue line. Owen Sound back on the power play. And London touched the puck. Played around the boards, and Cook touches it. And Owen Sound, now we got more shenanigans along the boards here. When we come back, Owen Sound to the power play once again. Winding down the first period.
My OHL is a place to talk. So Talk Today has a number of elements. First and foremost, we support the players. We provide mental health and awareness training and suicide prevention training to them. And we have a coach that's in every one of our branches that supports an OHL team. And in years to come, these individuals that are playing in the OHL now will be great mental health champions.
I'm Heather from Optimus TV Bingo. For a chance to win extra spending money, tune in to Optimus TV Bingo Monday nights at 8 p.m. For details on tickets, go to tvbingo.ca.
Well, Sebastian Gatto appeared in 29 games, winning 19 of those for the Chilliwack Chiefs of the BCHL last year. He is committed to play NCAA hockey at Dartmouth in the future, but he's wearing the helmet that he wore 2 seasons ago when he was playing with the Leamington Flyers. He's been tremendous in tonight's game, and during the preseason he had a save percentage of .953, one of the better in the Ontario Hockey League. He played 90 minutes in preseason. As Wood will step into the box, he'll go 2 minutes right here. Possibly the high stick comes under the chin, so the Owen Sound Attack will go on to the power play for the 4th time in tonight's game, and one of those power plays was a 5-minute variety.
So the same 5 on the first unit for the Owen Sound Attack will line up deep in London's territory. You talk about Gatto, calm and cool, just as Medvedev was last year coming in to the London Knights lineup. There's Medvedev at Vancouver's camp, played to the corner, off to the wing. London trying to clear the zone, kept in, nope. Squeezed out through the center ice and skittered back to the blue line. Touched up by Ray, in across the line. Clark has the puck, and he almost cleared it. Ray knocked it down. Good eye-hand coordination there by Mason Ray. And Banks has the puck once again for the Owen Sound Attack. They continue on the power play. I've said that a few times in this first period. Oh, there's a stand-up hit there by Brown. He's had a good first period as well. Play it over to the wing. Knocked down Bowie. Back to the line. Down low. Tarian. Touch pass. Deck trying to return the feed. And Zukolowski stemmed that one off that long reach. And across the line. London on the PK off the side of the net. And it's shot back out through to center ice. Bidgood trying to track down Tarian. Ray has the puck. Touched up to Tarian again. Couldn't accept the pass. Bidgood smacks him into the corner. And it's played around the base of the boards. Wilmot has the puck. Hard off the glass. It skates the blue line and back out through to the red line. Tarian once again. Deck with the shot. Off a stick to the corner. Ray can't corral the puck. Off the boards again. And it rolls down the ice. 29 seconds remaining in the minor to Youngwood of the London Knights. Out through to center ice again. Rolls the Owen Sound Attack. To the corner off the shelf. Knocked down by Cole Zarowski. Zarowski back to the blue line. Half boards now. Top of the circle. Takes the shot. That was kept over top of the net. And guided back out through the center. 3 seconds. Wood will be out of the penalty box. Zarowski at the line. Wood steps out, checks his man up. Owen Sound continues to roll into the corner. And Zukolowski now will lead it up 2-on-2. Zukolowski takes the shot. Here's another quick shot, courtesy of Hawkins, and it goes in to the glove of the goaltender, Trenton Bennett.
Well, Trenton Bennett, 6'8", 207-pound native of Kitchener, Ontario, was the 4th-round pick of the New Jersey Devils this past June. He was the 10th goaltender selected in June's draft.
So both goaltenders, we've mentioned it a few times now, big goaltenders, played their angles very well. Example there by Bennett once again. Dumped into the corner. Here comes the attack again. Around the boards. Bowie has the puck. Touched up. Roberts takes a big shot. Knocked down by the Knights D. Once again, who's been very good on the back end. Here's Cook. Racing in with a great deal of determination after his man. Choked up. Picked up. Zakharov leaving it there. Touched up. Bidgood shoots. Oh, he just took it off the blocker of the goaltender. And now the Knights are going to get it again. Zakharov.
Well, this will be a cross-checking call along the far boards right there. As you can see, Zakharov got his stick caught up in the skates of the Owen Sound Attack player. Zakharov will step in the box. That'll be a 2-minute trip. I said it was going to be a cross-check. It's actually going to be a trip. And the Owen Sound Attack will go back onto the power play. So far, there's been 11 minutes of power play time for the Owen Sound Attack in this period, and we've only played 17 minutes of hockey. As you can see, our net is being ushered off the ice. I'm not sure what transpired there, Sloaney. That's probably a 10-minute misconduct. There's nothing up on the clock with 2:57. Zakharov's penalty goes up. 2 minutes on the trip, and the Owen Sound Attack will go on to the power play for the 5th time in tonight's hockey game. And Sokolowski has certainly pulled down a lot of ice time in the early going. Big mobile defenseman, 6'8", 238 pounds. It's going to be interesting to watch his rating as far as the NHL Central Scouting Service is concerned from the start of the year until the end of the year.
Yeah, he's very intimidating on the back end for the London Knights for sure. Here he has the puck again, hard around the boards, and London controls the draw and will allow the big man to shoot it down the ice. Banks will lead the attack. He'll march it out through the center ice. Off to the wing for Deck. Deck shovels it in for Bank. Ray in there as well. Pushed up against the boards by Brown. He's had a good period on the back end for the Hunters Knights. Brown gets tripped up. Now he's going to go. Break for Clark possibly. And across the line. Hard to the net is Ben Gorp. And he just couldn't catch up with the pass.
Well, I think we have our first penalty coming to the Owen Sound Attack, and the 9,100 strong here at Canada Life Place are letting them know as Ray steps into the box. He'll go 2 minutes on the trip as he took Brown down on the play. So we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey here for the next minute and 23 seconds or less. There's 2:20 remaining in period number 1. The shots on goal read 10-6 in favor of the Knights.
So the face-off deep in Owen Sound's territory. Zogolovsky's out there, big good on the back end. Wilmot will take the draw. Rene Van Bommel out there as well for the London Knights. That shot peppered off the blocker of Bennett out through to the red line. Princeton dink by Owen Sound. Owen Sound's going to get the gate again, Rick. Or is no.
That was a late whistle from the referees on the play. I believe they were going to call the Owen Sound player
DeLille.
As DeLille will step into the box. It looks like Van Bommel is going to be stepping into the box for the London Knights. So I'm not sure if they were offsetting penalties or not. Interference goes to Van Bommel. A slash goes to DeLille. They weren't at the same time because London had possession of the puck. And if you look at the right side of your screen, it's right there that Van Bommel gets the interference call on. But the referee's arm was up. The Knights had possession of the puck inside their blue line. So the first penalty was being called on DeLille. They weren't offsetting at the same time. So even though they'll be offsetting on the clock, there's 1 minute and 59 seconds remaining. Van Bommel is being ushered off the ice. It looks like he's got a cut on his wrist. DeLille, he's being ushered off the ice. I don't think that's a cut related. It's just the fact, unless they got a 10-minute misconduct slowing, that could have happened as well. There's 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining on the penalty of the Owen Sound Attack. 1 minute and 2 to the London Knights. So we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute and 2 seconds or less.
Or it could be as simple as the clock is under 2 minutes and off the ice as well. Got a little 4-on-4 though, as you mentioned. Rick Brown, he gets stripped up. And then Brown nails his man. That's going to be offsetting or just the one call.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, it was an obvious tripping call as the referees decide what they're going to call on this one. 2 minutes for tripping, and that indeed is going to go to Bowie on the play as he'll step into the box. We haven't seen a whole lot of him in spite of the fact that the Owen Sound Attack have had a lot of power play time in this first period. So we'll have some 4-on-3 hockey here now as the Knights go on to the power play for the first time in tonight's hockey game. That may go to 5-on-3 for the better part of 37 seconds here in the next 47 seconds. Try and figure that out.
Minute 40 left in the first. There's Howery. Fine sophomore. Dishes it off to Hawkins. High slot area. Howery touched up. Another shot by Logan Howery, and that dribbled off a stick and almost found the back of the net. There's Howery again. Down low. Waiting for a man. Big good knock down. Logan Howery with the puck. Howery Finding the slaughter, a quick shot. He has that heavy shot. He got it just wide by Usker. Here's Hawkins once again. Hawkins touched up. Logan Howry. Here's a quick shot by Kohler. Back up top for Howry. Zakharov out of the penalty box. London with an extra man here in behind the net. Played off to the boards. Kohler again. Down low. Looking for a man. Up top is Wilmot. Dish to Hawkins. Quick shot! As the Knights come close there, that was just shanked one. Logan Howry again. High slot area. Off to the wing. Back pedal to the line. Logan Howry in front of it. He shanked that one just wide. Another quick shot. Fired wide. Ray out of the penalty box. Howry has a lane. Shoots it right on. Howry again. Takes a shot off the skate and dusted off to the corner. Skittered back to the line. Here's Hawkins again. Quick shot, and it rolls off the blocker, and a good save by the goaltender, Trenton Bennett. And it rolls down the ice. Here's Ray. Over after him as the horn sounds to end a very long and entertaining first period here on opening night. Stay tuned for the first intermission. Live Ontario-wide and Eastern Canada-wide, it's Hully Gully Yamaha Knights Hockey on Rogers TV.
At Sumner Jewelers, we have been serving London and area since 1902. We specialize in custom jewelry designs and invite you to bring us your ideas. Trusted for over 120 years at 392 Richmond Street between King and Dundas.
Celebrating 25 years in London, Duramed Mobility has been your trusted source for home healthcare equipment and mobility products. Whether it be purchases, rentals, or repairs, Duramed Mobility is here for you.
Need an SUV? Finch Hyundai's got it. Need a car? Finch Hyundai's got it. Low rate financing, unbeatable deals, superb customer service. Got it, got it, got it. Visit the largest volume Hyundai dealership in Ontario. Check us out at finchhyundai.com.
Businesses across Ontario trust Oil Guard for proven rust protection.
Hi, I'm Rob from Wild Things. Every year I bring my trucks to Oil Guard because I think that rust is just another pest.
Oil Guard can help duck the rust. At IDS, we have the tools your business needs to be successful, from production printing, digital signage and content management, and full IT services. IDS allows our clients to focus on what they do best.
When I do becomes I'm done.
Talk to the family law experts at Drake Law. Divorce doesn't have to be a fight, but when there's a lot at stake, call Drake. DrakeLaw.ca.
Jack 1023, playing hits of the 80s, 90s, and more. So you can have the time of your life again. And again. For hits of the 80s, 90s, and more, listen to Jack 1023.
Do you love watching Knights Nationals hockey on Rogers TV? Be a part of the action or come work behind the scenes. We are recruiting dedicated volunteers to join our production crew. Apply online at rogertv.com/volunteer. Welcome back. I'm here with Tristan Doyle. Now, Tristan, it's opening night. How good does it feel to be back out there on the ice?
Feels great. I've been working all summer for this moment, coming in this packed barn and try to get a win, start the season off right.
Now, your brother Max, he was drafted in the first round by the Attack last spring. What did that moment mean to you as an older brother?
I mean, it meant everything. Like he's been with me my whole life. Obviously, he's my brother, and he's worked hard to get to this point. And I'm just happy and proud of him that he could get to, well, especially to the OHL, and I get to play with him.
Have you given him any advice as he starts his OHL career?
Yeah, tons of advice. You know, especially on the face-off dot, he's got to get better at a few things. But he's just a rookie coming in the league, learning. So he'll get better as time goes.
You talked a bit about it, but what was your off-season like, both on and off the ice?
It's been busy. Like Ottawa every day for skates and workouts. It's a grind just to get to this point and give my best performance every night.
Was there anything that you were particularly focusing on?
maybe my shot getting heavier as well. Weighed in 170 started summer, came out 180, so harder to get off pucks.
Well, thank you so much for your time and good luck the rest of this
Awesome,
game.
thank you very much.
We'll be right back with some more Helly Gully Yamaha London Knights hockey here on Rogers TV after this.
You can trust Progressive Countertop to bring design to the surface in your home with beautiful Canadian-made quartz surfaces like Handstone, manufactured locally in London. Progressive Countertop is a smart choice for Canadian-made quality and expert installation.
None of us are immune to financial difficulty.
We've been helping Canadians become debt-free for over 50 years.
Together, we'll find the right debt solution
and get you back on your feet.
Call us on the phone or see us on the net. 310-NET.
At GWB Heating and Cooling, customer comfort is their commitment. Their licensed technicians cover all home heating and cooling needs. From inspections to repairs and installation, customers trust the professionals at GWB, where quality service meets peace of mind.
Optimizing people and resources, Vambry Enterprises combines innovation with experience to help shape communities. Providing the very best service to every partnership and every project is the driving force. The goal? To always be very Vambry.
Hey London, did you know it's the law to have working smoke alarms?
That's right, working smoke alarms save lives. Get in on the action and test yours today.
And be sure to stay in touch with us by following us on social media.
For your next flooring project, choose the home team. Great Floors London and Beckham Brothers, Canadian brands trusted by the pros. Beckham Brothers brings a stunning lineup of hardwood, vinyl, and tile, with installation made easy at Great Floors London. Beckham Brothers and Great Floors, your home team.
Hi, I'm Kathleen from Hiking with Kathleen. Please join me this season where I bring you on my great adventures of hiking, paddling, and camping. And I bring you up close to wildlife as I see them on my hikes.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home. Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations with London's major teams, including the London Knights, of course, and the athletes competing near and far that are making our city proud. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com. I'm here with OHL Commissioner Brian Crawford. Now, Brian, this is your second season as OHL Commissioner. What did you learn most from year one?
Yeah, well, it was certainly a busy year. Lots of change going on in the hockey environment and certainly around our league. So, you know, what we learned is nothing stays the same. And we've learned to certainly be nimble and dynamic and be able to roll with the changes that are happening in our ecosystem in order to take advantage of all the opportunities and capitalize, right? So it was a great year. It was an amazing opportunity to get to go to around all the communities and you know, meet with the fans and really get a sense for our league and understand just how important we are in all the communities that we're in. So it was a great first year. It's amazing. Feels like we were just in Rimouski yesterday, so to be back starting the season here is awesome.
Now, you're a father of three. How does being a parent influence the way you approach player development and player safety in the OHL?
Yeah, you know, I think being a parent but also a sports dad, my three kids, you know, each play 2 ref sports apiece, and you know, I think just understanding from the parent perspective of what, you know, young athletes need and what their families are looking for, and you know, I think it does help me, you know, be better at this job. And you know, I really, you know, try to think about, you know, what I would want for, you know, my kids in the environment that we offer here in the OHL and how we can make that better for them. And you know, we've rolled out a whole bunch of new player experience minimum standards that we're launching this year going forward and starting to implement, and that will be a continual process of evolution for us. So you know, as a parent, you know, that influences everything you do, and certainly I'm able to take a lot of that and apply it to my work life as well.
Now, how is technology pushing the league forward on the league's end?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple great new initiatives this year. We are launching a brand new camera system, Speedio, across all of our buildings in the league. It's a 7-camera system that will, you know, wildly advance our ability to carry out in-game reviews, video review, our ability to coach, evaluate through video, both our officials and for our teams with our players and so forth. So that's a huge step forward for us in what, you know, our video capabilities have been historically. So we're really excited about that. That's all coming online now this week and next week. And then, really on the stats and data analytics and what we're doing with teams and collection of data and once again, more things that we're committing to as a league for all of our teams to do to really, drive us forward into, what is now, a more analytical world when it comes to sports. So a lot of great things on that front. And then, of course, our broadcast now going to a brand new streaming partner in Flo, a huge upgrade in what we're able to offer and do through that streaming platform, and a great value add for all of our fans. So, technology is a big part of, all of the sorts of advancements we're trying to make as a league here.
Well, while I have you, I have to ask you a bit of a tougher question.
Okay.
The NCAA, it's becoming an option players are considering.
Yeah.
How is the OHL adapting to that to stay appealing to the top prospects?
Yeah, I think that, we're overwhelmingly in an enviable position right now. We had 112 players join our league from other leagues this year. Now, we had a handful that departed before their eligibility, but, overwhelmingly winning in terms of bringing new talent into the league, expanding the depth of talent that's in our league as a result. But we've got to focus on the things that we can control, and that's all the player experience things, our facility standards, all of those things that impact the player's experience here in the league. We need to continue to elevate to ensure that we remain, that destination of choice, and we remain the top league in the world when it comes to developing 16 to 19-year-olds, and that we make sure that their experience is one that they want to be part of, right through graduating out of our league. It's a great opportunity for us to be able to provide an environment for those players to chase their athletic and academic goals, and whether that be the NHL and now in the future be the NCAA, that's a great thing for us and a great opportunity for our players and their families.
Now, with the new season starting today, what excites you most about this year?
Yeah, the unknown, what the season has ahead of us. I'm really excited about, some of those new initiatives that we mentioned. We've got a new initiative in our schedule, Rivalry Week, coming up later in the fall. Really excited about that. We've got some other big projects that are brewing, an expanded Connor McDavid Top Prospects game. So we've got a whole bunch of new initiatives that we're launching this year, and getting those things up off the ground and seeing our league take, big strides forward is what's exciting about, a night like tonight.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate everything you do.
We'll send you up to Rick and Greg for more.
Okay, thanks very much, guys. Penalty-filled period. And that first period, scoreless draw. Rick, let's take a look at that period summary.
Well, in period number 1, the Owen Sound Attack had 5 power plays in total over the course, but we're registering 3 on this play right here. The London Knights had 9 face-offs of the 20, and certainly the score is 0-0. The shots on goal read 16-8 in favor of the Knights.
Okay, of course, that period summary brought to you by Van Brie Enterprises. Sophie, we will send it back down to you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be right back with some more Knights hockey here on Rogers TV after this.
The only thing certain in life is change. We're here for you and your family when the unexpected happens.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
Coulter's has been the family pharmacy London has trusted for over 50 years. From personalized medication advice, vaccinations, and pharmacists qualified to assess health issues. At Coulter's Pharmacy, get the customized care that is right for you. At Sumner Jewelers, we have been serving London and area since 1902. Specializing in natural and lab-grown diamonds, we invite you to share your ideas with us, and we will help bring them to life. On-street parking available at 392 Richmond Street, between King and Dundas.
Hi, I'm Melissa Maloney. I am the host of What's Up London, where we talk to amazing people in the London community who are doing so many incredible things. Watch What's Up London only on Rogers TV.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
If you live in St. Thomas, Tillsonburg, Strathroy, or Woodstock and you have news to share, we'd love to hear from you. Email us with your community updates and be part of the conversation. Let's now take a look at the save of the period, brought to you by MNP. If your debt is out of control, you're not alone. It is Owen Sound Attack netminder Bennett who made a huge save there. Now for the first period scoring summary, brought to you by Finch Hyundai. It is 0-0 after 20 minutes. The total shots on net are 14 for the Knights, 6 for the Attack. Now for the turning point of the period, brought to you by Drake Divorce Lawyers. When there's a lot at stake, call Drake. And it is Sebastian Gatto who makes a huge save to keep it 0-0. The next game will be tomorrow, Saturday, September 20th. The London Knights will take on the Windsor Spitfires. That'll start at 7:05 p.m. They will then return home on Friday, September 26th to take on the Brampton Steelheads. And the warm-up will begin at 6:30 p.m. Stay tuned. The second period is up next.
Celebrating 25 years in London, Duramed Mobility has been your trusted source for home healthcare equipment and mobility products. Whether it be purchases, rentals, or repairs, Duramed Mobility is here for you.
Need an SUV? Finch Hyundai's got it. Need a car? Finch Hyundai's got it. Low rate financing, unbeatable deals, superb customer service. Got it, got it, got it. Visit the largest volume Hyundai dealership in Ontario. Check us out at finchhyundai.com.
Businesses trust Oil Guard.
We've been using Oil Guard for decades as part of our preventative maintenance program. It helps keep our fleet looking new and has also helped with our resale value.
Oil Guard knows how to help duck the rust. At IDS, we have the tools your business needs to be successful, from office printing to communications and full IT services. IDS allows our clients to focus on what they do best.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Okay, back here at Canada Life Place, getting set for the second period. Rick, let's take a look at the shots on goal in that first period. Brought to you by GWD Heating and Cooling.
Well, in spite of the Attack having at least 11 minutes of power play opportunity in period number one, the Knights end up outshooting them 14-6. The Knights have 11 seconds worth of power play opportunity. This is their second power play opportunity, both of them the shortened variety in tonight's game. So power plays for the Owen Sound Attack, 5-2 for the London Knights.
I thought maybe Owen Sound was getting a little frustrated partway through that period. You mentioned so much power play time. The Knights were cutting them off, and then the Knights came on a little bit at the end on their power play, hence all the penalties, I believe.
Well, I believe the frustration of not having an effective power play by the Owen Sound Attack led to that penalty-filled first period for the London Knights, and certainly the Attack got frustrated at the tail end. The Knights, 2 power play opportunities at the tail end of that period, both shortened varieties, but they had a lot of shots on goal, and Trenton Bennett, the goaltender for the Owen Sound Attack, 6'8", 207 pounds, came up rather large for them. He's a 4th round pick. of the New Jersey Devils at this year's NHL entry draft. He was the 10th goaltender selected in that draft, as Bennett is a big body, and when he goes down on the ice, his head is still above that post when he's on his knees. And Bennett came up big, 14 shots on goal at the tail end. It was the London Knights with some pressure on the Owen Sound Attack as they enjoyed the power play. A lot of shots coming through screens. Bennett picks those up rather well. Great glove hand on Bennett, as you saw in that last save that he made. But the 6'8" goaltender making his 6th start in the Ontario Hockey League. He had 1 win last year. And Sebastian Gatto, he's making his first OHL start. He played in the BCHL last year. He started 29 games for Chilliwack in the BCHL last year. He won 19 of those. 2 years ago, he played for the Leamington Flyers, and that's the mask that he has on in tonight's hockey game. The Knights will enjoy 11 seconds worth of power play time to start this period.
They'll control the draw. Brown pushes to the head for himself. Now centering at 10, knocked down by Nelson, and we are underway in this second frame. Scoreless draw on a penalty-filled first period. Bowie out of the penalty box, almost broke free on a breakaway, and it's whistled down.
Well, Gatto's going to go here. He played that puck outside of the trapezoid in behind the net, so he'll go 2 minutes for that play, as there was pressure coming down on top of him right here. As you can see, Bowie in hard, and there it was. The puck was outside the trapezoid. He played it behind the net, away from Bowie on the play, so he'll go 2 minutes on that, and the Owen Sound Attack will go on to their 6th power play of the evening. And that seems to be a theme in here tonight, Sloaney. Power play after power play.
Hard to get the line set up for sure.
Very hard to get flow to this hockey game, and there's a lot of players on both sides that aren't getting a whole lot of ice in game number 1.
Think of it, Logan Howery, especially when he did finally get out on the ice. He made some magic happen on that abbreviated power play. But here's the Owen Sound Attack yet again on another power play to start this period. That shot ripped right through the paint, and it's ushered all the way back down in the London's territory. Here comes the attack. Banks once again, along with Bowie. Marches his way in across the line. He checked up by Clark. Kept in by Carrion. Has a lane. He can shoot. He fired that one. And it goes out of play.
Well, that was playing the puck outside the trapezoid, so Gatto takes his first penalty minutes of the season. There's 1 minute and 26 seconds remaining on that penalty. 19:08 remaining here in this second period. Shots on goal still read 14-6. Nobody's had a shot on goal in the first 52 seconds of this period.
Everybody up and in tight. Owen Sound touched up, split the D, and skittered all the way back down into Owen Sound's territory. Minute off the clock here. Oh, almost choked up that Bommel. Millman's work on the forecheck on the PK. Here's Owen Sound's Bowie. Sophomore lugs it in across the line, trying to go coast to coast. He did get the shot away, and he dribbled it wide, and London will clear the zone. Michael Dack. Wilmot all over him. Owen Sound recovers, and Greenberg will track it down deep in his own territory. Still about 45 seconds remaining on Owen Sound's power play. Ripped in off the shelf. Did good up against his man along the boards. Kept in by Sikora. The little out there. Ripped around on the near side. Greenberg down low. Off a skate. Front of the net. In behind the net now. Crawford ushered off to the coach. Greenberg once again. Slot area. Quick shot. Wide. Tipped off a skate. And played back to the blue line. Down the boards, half boards. Sikora waits, shoots, front of the net, rebound, cleared, out, offside.
Well, this is a big save by Gatto right here as he's watching this puck through a screen as Sikora gets that shot away, and you see that was a positional save. 2-man in the low post for the Owen Sound Attack. They're looking for the backdoor play. They're looking for the rebound off of Gatto. No dice so far. That was the 7th shot on goal for the Owen Sound Attack. We have a 0-0 game. There's 10 seconds remaining on the Knights penalty.
Face off just outside London's blue line. A little soft outlet pass. Knocked down by the Attack. And Lil will send it in deep. Max Lil. Wearing number 10 out there. Owen Sound's first rounder is past April. Owen Sound continues in across the line and behind the net. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Played around the boards. So the Knights yet again kill one off to the corner. Nelson pinned up along the boards. Jogalowski. Good load to handle. Checked up on the near side. A little knock down. The youngster played to the corner. Pushed ahead. Van Gorp touches it out. And it rolls back out through the center ice. And Buck tracks it down, trying to find a man. Here's Van Gorp. Clark. Campo. Front of the net. Clark back to the blue line. Here's Wood with a shot. Tip. Wide to the mark. Trial Whisker by Evan Van Gorp. Wood found his man in that low post area. There's another quick shot courtesy of Themis. Off the blocker of the goaltender, but dumped along the board. Van Gorp. Wilmot in on the hunt. One-handed by Greenberg, and it's lifted out through to the London blue line. Good. Long lead pass for Van Gorp. And across the line, a little dish. Creek sends it towards the net. Former Ice Dog, and behind the net is Creek. And broken up by Owen Sound and played back out through the center. Bowie bounces one in across the line. And Brown over to the open wing. 4 off the clock here in the second period. Knocked down by Max Creek. Over in across the line. Backhand the puck in. Creek. Wilmot out there as well. Pinned up against the board. Finally got some 5-on-5 hockey. And it rolls back to the blue line. Dermish to the corner. Bedkowski and Creek. Finally broken up, and DeLille has the puck. Backhand pass through Robert. He'll choke it up to Cover. Brown tracks it down deep in his own territory. Wilmot, cross-ice feed. Good pace there by Cover to get it in across the line. This for check from Roberts, and he went smacking into the boards. And played over to Themis with the puck. Left side pass for Creek. He'll redirect in. Wholesale changes now for the Knights. Roberts sets up shop deep in his own territory. Bedkowski, long lead pass for Mason Ray. Off the tip of his stick. Themis round the boards. Tarian mops that up. Played in behind the net. Return feed for Tarian. Here's another quick shot by Rogers. And it was tipped, and I believe did Gatto take that one off the mask, Greg?
I believe Gatto did take that off the mask because the referee blew that down immediately, even though the mask stayed on. And they're having a look at that right now as the strap is off the side of the helmet. This shot comes through. That's Rogers who takes the shot, and you can see immediately that Gatto reacted to that shot by going down. That had to ring right through that helmet in spite of the technology in those masks now, as he's having a conversation with the official.
Owen Sound, Wilkin throw the draw. There's another quick shot. Smothered up nicely by Gatto.
I'm sure that's exactly what Gatto wanted. He wanted to get a shot on goal as soon as he could to feel that puck once again.
So the Owen Sound Attack with 8 shots now. London with 15. They win yet again a draw, but London will clear the zone. A 2-on-1 minute. is happening. Here's Ben Good. Ben Gold wants a shot. Score! Ben Good opens it up for London. 1-0.
Picks this puck up off the draw right here, and he scoots past the defenseman, takes it all the way down the ice, and just as he's being checked at the tail end of that play, he gets the shot away. It goes off the post and in behind Bennett before he plows into the net as he's being pushed in by the defender on the play. And the Knights take a 1-0 lead on Bidgid's first of the season. That gets the London Knights out in front 1-0, 6 minutes and 36 seconds into period number 2.
So the Knights open the scoring here in the 25-26 season. 5 minutes or so into the second frame. Here's Hawkins, shot, rebound, tip, Wilmot, Bernadette tries to smoke it home on the backhander, and it's shuttled off to the boards. Hawkins in behind the net. Logan Hari pretty tricky with the puck. Banks it. Wood with the shot. Tipped. And it goes out of play.
Well, here's another look at this goal as Bidgood picks this puck up off the draw. And then he beats his man to the blue line right here. And all of a sudden it's a 2-on-1, 2-on-2. And just as he's being checked up, he goes down on one knee, banks it in off the post in behind Bennett to give the London Knights a 1-0 lead.
Wilmot will square up. Originally, it's Cole Dorowski. Crawford in to take the draw. Now behind the net is Roberts. Over to the wing. Long lead pass for Crawford. Missed him. Icing. Bidgood, the lone goal here in this second period. 1-0 London leads it. Partway through the second in downtown London.
Culligan Water has been London Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, your one-stop shop for all things water.
Hi, I'm Melissa Maloney. I am the host of What's Up London, where we talk to amazing people in the London community who are doing so many incredible things. Watch What's Up London only on Rogers TV.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
This second period is brought to you by Progressive Countertops.
Well, Sebastian Gatto looks no worse for the wear after taking one right off the helmet. That seemed to ring the bell on him. But he picked up a puck right after that. He had a shot on goal. Didn't look out of place on that shot. So Gatto, a .953 save percentage through 90 minutes of exhibition play. He's played extremely well here in tonight's game. He's faced 8 shots from the Owen Sound Attack. He's made 8 saves.
Nelson on the draw, gets waved out of there. London up by 1, picked off by Clark. Clark read it all the way, brushed it in behind the net. And now Roberts will move it out. Dorowski can't get much past the blue line. Crease rushes it ahead. Clark in across the line. He'll try to narrow the net. Quick shot, drive the short side. Smothered up nicely by Trenton Barrett.
Well, Max Creek comes over from the Niagara Ice Dogs. He starts that play inside the blue line. Clark ends up with that puck. He tries to go on the short side on Bennett. Bennett had to tuck his body up against that post in order to make the save. That's the 19th shot on goal for the London Knights.
Back to the point. Brown lofts it into the glove of Bennett.
Well, Pierce Bowie won the Ems Family Trophy Award as the OHL Rookie of the Year after scoring 29 goals and 52 points. 21 of his 29 goals were recorded after January 1st. He really came on as the season progressed.
Hawkins knocks down Howery with the puck. Spins off the checking a one-man. A little Tarian and across the line. Bowie rifling one and gloved up. This time by Gatto.
Well, Sokolovsky has been a presence out there in tonight's hockey game. At 6'8" and 238 pounds, you know you're going to get a lot of respect out there. He's guaranteed himself that respect here tonight. He's been throwing his weight around pretty good.
It's kind of one of those guys that just, he looks at you and you kind of think twice. Hawkins reels it in off the base of the board. Logan Harley after his man. And now Owen Sound 3 abreast. Counter back. Here's Perrion with speed. Trying to go wide. The backhander. Good stick there by Brown to fade him off. Over top of the net. Shot went around the boards again. Greenberg shoots it toward off his skate. Brown one-hands it. And he clears the zone. Now he finds some room. And now he's busting his way to the net. Toward the net. And he shanked that one wide. As Brown goes coast to coast. Showing some of his skills and strength. There's another quick shot into the glove of the goaltender Gatto.
Well, Brown's 6'4" and 230 pounds. As he takes a rush up the ice here, and watch the strength as he gets on the inside there. He just misses that top corner on Bennett, but he shows some great speed on that skate down the ice as well. For a big man, we talk about a big defense in the London Knights.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
They're all, well, the only one that's below 6 is Mitchell. He's around 5'10" or 11. The rest of them are 6'3" plus.
Crazy to think.
Banks starts that check. That's Rogers. Over to Max Doyle. And across the line. Wood checks him up, and a good play by the rookie. And it's sent back down. Mason Roy behind his own net. Rogers will start out for the Owen Sound Attack. 8 minutes, 10 seconds gone here in the second period. A 1-0 lead for the London Knights here in opening night. 9,000 plus as usual. Here at Canada Life Place. Of course, they raised the banners here tonight to start this one out. Of course, the banners, Western Conference champions, the OHL champion, and the Memorial Cup champion. Lodge to the corner. Petkowski pins his man up against the boards. Crawford in there as well. Arnott trying to clear the zone. He's touched up there by the Knights Cook. And finally Crawford bangs it off the board, but Van Bommel tracks that one down. Look at Evan Van Gorp. Scooped by one and two. As the right winger Cook for the London Knights, and then he blocks his man in that slot area. And the crowd likes that one, and is shot down the length of the ice.
Well, Evan Van Gorp finds Cook coming down the back door. Now Bennett makes that save as he gets that paddle down on the play, and Cook on the back check blows up Crawford right in the circle as Bennett comes up with a big save at the right time.
Zakharov holding in on the draw. 10:47 remaining here in the second period. Owen Sound pretty good on the draws tonight. They'll lead it out through the center ice. London's blue line showing their stuff as they did in preseason. London went 4-0 in preseason. Zakharov dipped ahead. Now tracked down by Campbell. Campbell, kick, Cook. Couldn't corral it. Cora will find Roberts. Roberts floats it into the near corner. Wood around the boards. Bemis after his man, Dak. And Bemis will just send it out. Here's Campo again, knocking that puck down in mid-flight. On for Cook. Cook to the corner. Pinned up against the board. Manages to get by his men. Campo once again trying to get it back to the line. Zarowski read it all the way. And now he scoots by the D. That was Mitchell. Sharp angle shot. Boy, the goaltender, Sebastian Gatto, didn't bite on that. Athletically wheeled to the net. Here's Clark going hard as he narrows towards the goaltender. Then he got taken off the puck. Thanks to the corner. Kovarak out there for London. Hard off the boards again. Mitchell shooting it. And it goes off of Bennett and out of play.
Well, Jackson Cover, he played a few games for the London Knights last year. He's a graduate of the York Simcoe Express minor hockey program. He played for St. Andrews College last year. The Knights picked him up in the 4th round back in 2024. He had a tremendous preseason, 7 points, 3 goals, 4 assists in the 4 games that he played.
He's got a nose for the net. Him and Howery work well on the power play. Here's Clark. Squaring up against Nelson. Won by the Knights. Rushed off to the corner. Culver after it. Creep after it. Roberts sticks it to the board. Checked up though. And it's just set free as Sokolowski nails his man right at center ice. Back down in the London ice. Mitchell. Lead pass for Colbert. Clark gets him in deep on the backhander. Knocks his man down. Stolen there by the Knights front of the net. Off the coast. Mitchell into the glove of Bennett. And we'll have a face-off deep.
Well, Noah Roberts was acquired in a trade with the Sudbury Wolves in exchange for 3 draft picks. Now, Roberts started his OHL career in Hamilton, moved to Brantford with the team, and then went to the Wolves last year at the trade deadline. He'll finish his overage season with the Attack.
Wilmot on the draw. London yet again wins the draw. Back to the blue line. Brown shuttles it over on the right side. And that shot, courtesy of Femus, into the glove of Bennett once again.
Well, this game has been a lot of whistles here in this second frame. Sloaney, we have 8:41 remaining in period number 2. The shots on goal read 23-11 in favor of the Knights as they're out shooting the Owen Sound Attack 9-5 in this period.
Yeah, we're approaching almost 2 hours into this hockey game. Here's a chance in front of the net. Look at the stick fly. Gatto there as DeLille was in close quarters at point blank range. There's another shot. Peppered off the blocker of Gatto. Bowie with the shot. No problem. For Sebastian Gatto.
Well, Gatto stones DeLille on this play as Bowie tries to find DeLille going down the back door, but Gatto gets a stick on that puck at the tail end of the play as the Owen Sound Attack applies some pressure here midway through this second frame. Face off deep in the London zone to the right of Gatto.
14 shots recorded by the Owen Sound Attack. 23 for the London Knights. They have a face-off deep. London will control, and they'll shuttle it all the way back out through the center ice. Van Gork waits for his man, Van Bommel, to get onside. Pinned up against the board. Van Bommel, a little shot now 3 abreast. As Carrion ushers it in across the line. Quick shot, can get nothing on it. Greenberg off to the corner. DeLille once again. In behind the net, stops, beats his man. Now looking for the connection. Chance for Owen Sound here to tie it up. Banks waits. In behind the net, wrapper round, and it's creased right through the paint. And 3 of us roll back. PL on the night. Here's Van Bommel in front of the net. And it goes off his stick, off to the corner. Deep in Old Sound territory. Good action at both ends. Terrian waltzes his way out through the center ice. Picks his way to the London blue line. Offside was Dak at the blue line.
Well, Evan Van Gorp recorded 19 goals in 64 games last year. That caught the eye of the Columbus Blue Jackets, who invited him to their rookie camp last week. He will be counted on to provide more offense for this hockey club this year. Could be his first year of 20-plus goals in a single season.
Yes. Came very close last year. On the draw, they'll do it over again. Creed out there. Covert. Line seems to be working well. Clark in the middle. A 1-0 lead as we approach the 7-minute mark remaining here in the second period. Zogolovsky, right side pass for Cover and Andy. Now Cover hard in the net. Shoots, goal!
Well, Sokolovsky makes the play right at the blue line. He finds Cover, who goes on the outside, and you can see he goes upstairs on the blocker over top of Bennett's shoulder. And that extends the London Knights lead now to 2-0 with 7:03 remaining in period number 2. Now, Cover had a great preseason. This is his draft year, so this is the first time he'll be eligible. Interesting to see how NHL Central Scouting ranks him on the preliminary list.
Well, you see the move at the half boards when he beat his man. He has a reach on him. Toe-drag that puck. Brilliant shot to beat the big goaltender. So Cover lights it up for London. That's 2-0. Zogolovsky in behind his own net. Puck out. Owen Sound Attack in on the forecheck. Beavers lead pass through the center ice. Puck going hard at it. Pair off. Campo wants it off the boards. Shovels it in behind the net. And Rogers will pick it up for Owen Sound. Ray over to the wing. Hits a skate. That's Max DeLille. And Zogolovsky again. Lead pass. Hits another blade. Crook has the puck and back the other way. Counters the night. Now a tip by the rookie. Campo. Boy, he had a beat on it. And he just missed. Played to the corner. Brown pinned up against the boards. Femans with the puck. Lofts it back out through the center. Missed Wilmot all the way back down into Owen Sound's territory. Icing's waved off. Broken up by Logan Howery. Howery and Brown connected. Lead pass. Howery touches it in deep. Hawkins after it. Knocked down by Howery. Howery off the board. Brown keeps it in. Stopped there by Wilmot. And onto the wing is Hawkins. Howery hard to the net. Oh, he had a lane. And Hawkins tried the backhand to tap pass. And good defensive play by the Owen Sound D to stem that one off. Here's Zorowski. He'll lead the two-man assault along with Nelson. Now poking up at the line. Wilmot back the other way. Here comes London and across the line. Offside at the Owen Sound blue line. Cover has his Knights up by 2, winding down the second period.
Any player, regardless of draft status, that plays in the Ontario Hockey League is entitled to a minimum scholarship of tuition, books, and compulsory fees per year played in the OHL. The player's annual scholarship is based on the value of tuition, books, and compulsory fees at the university closest to their home. This is also true for U.S.-born and import players who will receive the identical scholarship criteria but adjusted to reflect their native currency.
I'm Heather from Optimus TV Bingo. For a chance to win extra spending money, tune in to Optimus TV Bingo Monday nights at 8 p.m. For details on tickets, go to tvbingo.ca.
Well, we talk about mobility for a big man, 6'8", 238 pounds. Watch the mobility here as he's being taken out, but great edges in the corner as he eludes the check right there, and then it's just one pass up, and he escapes the zone That's the mobility that you're looking for from an athletic 6'8", 238-pound man.
Takes it right onto the blade of Jackson Cover, and he goes in and scores. There he is with the puck again. Shoots it. Oh, bobbled a bit by Bennett.
Shots on goal rate 24-14 in favor of London, as that second goal has seemed to take a little bit of the steam out of the Owen Sound Attack, as Jackson Cover scores his first of the season, his first in his OHL career.
Bidgood knocks it down. Van Gorp in behind the net. Van Bommel anchors in that slot area. Shot taken by the ninth winger, and Tarian will race back the other way. Pretty crafty with his stick. Off the boards again. Takes a swipe at it. Broken up by Van Bommel. Now it's a break. 2-0. Van Bommel! Oh! Off to the wing for Bidgood. He falls. Crowd thought it was a trip. It was a 2-0. Here's Tarian. Delil. Watching his way in across the line. Tarian rolls. Broken up. Bidgood. Oh, he missed the check. Arnett had him lined up. Now we got a scrum with Sokolowski. Can't see the Owen Sound player, Rick.
Well, there's a bit of a size discrepancy. You can say that about any player on the Owen Sound Attack, but Tarian's not the tallest guy.
No.
As Sokolowski and Tarian get tangled up, it looks like Tarian is the guy that's going to go on this play. As you can see, it happens in behind the play as Sokolowski takes Tarian out on the play, and indeed it's Tarian that's getting the penalty on the play. So it happened after the contact, and the London Knights will go on to the power play for the third time in tonight's hockey game. So far they're 0 for 2 with the manpower advantage. Both of them shortened varieties, one 11 seconds, the other 34 seconds. We'll see what they can do with a full 2 minutes here, Sloney.
Yes, I believe this is their first complete power play. Demas in behind his own net. Hawkins out there. Wilmot, Howry, Bidgood will round out the 5 players for the London Knights. Gundon off the dasher. Bidgood, pretty tough customer. Battles his way through Roberts. Round the boards on the near side. Hawkins has it. All kinds of room. Hawkins shoots. And a save there by glove save. Nice glove save by Bennett.
Well, Bennett comes up with a big save once again. We've been saying that all night long. Another big man that looks very athletic in goal at 6'8", 207 pounds for Bennett. The athletes are getting bigger and better every year.
Absolutely. Hard off the boards. Rogers will send it down the length of the ice. And a 20 remaining in London's power play. They lead it by 2. Bidgood and Cover for London. Wilmot in on the hunt. Howry up there as well. The little stills from the boards, and he'll chip it ahead. Here's Nelson in across the line. Boy, that goes off his mask. Sebastian Zagato's mask again. He's taking 2. And back the other way is Bidgood. Bidgood crunched there by Rogers. Bulldozes away down the coast into the corner, back to the blue line. Flex to the corner, but picked off by the winger, and it's down the ice yet again. Nelson. Wilmot all over him. DeLittle in there as well. Now 2 Owen Sound Attack. Caught. Howard takes a peek at the clock and goes wide. Finding a man in Van Gorp. Wilmot after it. Hawkins wants it. Gets it. Out front. Howard shoots off the shoulder of Bennett. As Logan Howard had his first good luck. Half boards now. Howard with the puck. Swipes it down low. Up top. Logan Howard toe drink. Got the shot away. Didn't get a lot on it. And back to Wilmot. Mitchell takes a peek off the ski. Bounces to the board. Hard off the near side. And on it is Crawford. 2-on-2 developing. 3-on-2 developing is Tarian. is in on the play as well, and Clark will pick that one up. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Remaining here in the second period. And that goes off a skate into the bench.
Well, neither team has had much luck on the power play in tonight's game, but Howery gets an opportunity right there, and you can see Bennett takes that off the shoulder. He wasn't sure where the rebound went. It went back out into the slot, and the Owen Sound Attack cleared that puck away. We have 2:01 remaining here in period number 2.
Sent in by Crease for the London Knights. Over back to the blue line. Jogalowski beats his man Bowie. Then he takes a quick shot from a sharp angle. And again, Bennett will make the save.
Well, Bowie and Sokolowski come together once again tonight. They've had something going all night long. Bowie doesn't back down. Not the biggest guy out on the ice, but certainly he's, as Bowie comes in on the play right there, you can see Sokolowski comes around. Bowie throws a bit of a spear at Sokolowski. I'm not sure that it did much damage on the play.
Clark on the draw, pushed ahead, pressed in front of the net now, and Crease wires one. Blocker down for Bennett yet again. Banks tracks it down. Dangerous pass, no kick free. Deck of the Owen Sound Attack, and Crease he gets nailed, but Greenberg goes down. That goes off a skate. Boy, Mitchell heading toward the net on the centering pass. And goes off a skate. Good pad save by Bennett. Now we got to get a hooking call here, Rick.
Well, it's going to go to Clark as he reaches in on Banks, as Banks takes that puck away below the red line here. As you can see, Clark going hard to the net, but as Banks turns, Clark comes up underneath the hands. Banks goes down, the referee's arm goes up, and the Owen Sound Attack will go on to their 7th power play. In tonight's hockey game, we have 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining here in period number 2. Lots of power plays, no power play goals in tonight's game.
Got down the length of the ice by the London Knights, and Bennett will leave it there. Segura dashing down the wing. It's checked up at the line. Greenberg once again. Owen Sound having difficulty on the power play. Galil to the corner. Back to the line once again. It hops over the stick, and now Biggood has a beat on it. Steals. Here's Biggood looking for his second goal. And he's checked up at the last second by Greenberg. Dorosky racing down the wing. Guides it into the corner. Quick shot in front of the net, knocked down. Fima's hard around the boards and then eludes the D-man, Greenberg. And it's get it all the way back down into Owen Sound's territory. Here's Ray. 58 seconds remaining in the power play. Banks knocked down. Checked up by Van Bommel, steals from his man, out rolls loose and goes in behind the net. And Owen Sound having all kinds of difficulty on the power play tonight.
They're having all kinds of difficulty with the pressure on the puck that the Knights are employing deep in the offensive zone for the Owen Sound Attack. They can't elude that initial check, and they can't get themselves pointed in the right direction. We have 4.3 seconds remaining here in period number 2. 46 seconds remains on the penalty to Clark.
Owen Sound to end the period, but a couple goals by the London Knights. Biggood and Cover, and the Knights lead it by the score of 2-0. Stay tuned for Sophie and the second intermission. On we go, Yamaha Knights hockey, right here on Rogers.
As the seasons change, GWB Heating and Cooling is there to make your home comfortable. From furnace inspections to full system installations, their licensed experts handle every detail with care. Homeowners trust GWB. Simple, honest quality.
Hi, I'm Melissa Maloney. I am the host of What's Up London, where we talk to amazing people in the London community who are doing so many incredible things. Watch What's Up London only on Rogers TV.
For unparalleled construction services, municipalities, farms, and companies turn to Vambry Infrastructure. With a full range of heavy civil services, an experienced team, and diverse fleet, Vambry Infrastructure provides very bold solutions.
The London Fire Department reminds you to always pay attention while you cook.
Stand by your pan and look while you cook.
Follow us online at LDNONT Fire.
For over 90 years, Learners has served the legal needs of clients in our community. No matter the size of your enterprise or transaction, our business law group can help you grow your business, build on your success, and get the deal done.
Choose Great Floors Ingersoll and Beckham Brothers for your next flooring project. Both trusted Canadian brands. Beckham Brothers creates stunning engineered hardwood, tile, and luxury vinyl. Great Floors Ingersoll provides expert service and installation. Great Floors and Beckham Brothers, a winning team. Join the high-energy bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Join us Saturday, October the 11th for Rogers TV Night with the Knights. Bring new toques, mitts, scarves, gloves, or warm socks to support your youth at BGC London. Visit our concourse table for prizes. For watching from home, tune in to Rogers TV for your chance to win Knights tickets. Welcome back. I'm here with London Knights forward Logan Howery. Now, Logan, how was your summer?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was kind of quick just because, obviously winning the Memorial Cup, it was short, but it was good.
First game of the season, first game back here at Canada Life Place. How good does it feel to be playing in front of these fans again?
Yeah, it's awesome. Obviously, best fans in the league, and the boys came out hot, and it's been good so far.
Looking back on last season's championship run, are there any lessons or experiences that you've taken away from that?
Yeah, for sure. Just the older guys learned so much, and they taught me so much on and off the ice, and definitely going to continue that to my career.
You've talked before about how you like to take things one day at a time and not look too far ahead in the future. How does that approach shape the way you train or play?
Yeah, just staying consistent and control what you can control, and take it day by day, and don't worry about the future. Just control what you can in the moment.
Last season, you spent time in the GOJHL with the St. Thomas Stars. How did that time in Junior B help your development as a player?
Yeah, I think it helped me a lot. Helped me develop, and obviously played a lot there, and got to work on my skills. So I think that helped me a lot.
We've seen a lot of special team action tonight. What can you say about the penalty kill and the power play?
Yeah, better in the second for penalties, but first too many. But I think we just came out with lots of emotion and got a little carried away. But we tightened up there, so we're good.
You're up after 40 minutes. What have you liked so far about the way your team's been playing?
Yeah, a lot better second. Just offense, a lot better. Obviously, staying out of the box, we're going to be good. So yeah.
A lot of new faces this year. What excites you about this group?
Yeah, we got a young team, but really exciting team, and it's the future. So it's going to be a fun year.
Thank you so much for your time. Good luck the rest of this game.
Thanks.
We'll be right back with some more Knights hockey here on Rogers TV after this.
Coulter's Pharmacy is the new home of London Healthcare and Ostomy Center. Our expert team provides products and advice from ostomy, wound care, compression garments, and so much more. At Coulter's Pharmacy, get the customized care that is right for you.
None of us are immune to financial difficulty.
We've been helping Canadians become debt-free for over 50 years.
Together, we'll find the right debt solution
and get you back on your feet.
Call us on the phone or see us on the net. 310-NET.
At Sumner Jewelers, we've been serving London and area for over 120 years. Our on-site goldsmiths ensure that your jewelry repairs are done in a timely manner with a company you can trust. On-street parking available at 392 Richmond Street. Celebrating 25 years in London, Duramed Mobility has been your trusted source for home healthcare equipment and mobility products. Whether it be purchases, rentals, or repairs, Duramed Mobility is here for you.
If you are considering divorce, talk to the family law experts at Drake Law. Find out what your options are. Divorce doesn't have to be a fight, but when there's a lot at stake, call Drake. DrakeLaw.ca.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Optimus TV Bingo is back every Monday night at 8 p.m. Playing cards are available at multiple locations in London and are good for all 3 games. The money raised funds projects that help youth in our community. Optimus TV Bingo every Monday night at 8 p.m. on Rogers TV. Well, I'd like to welcome back in Rick and Greg. Gentlemen, Logan says he thinks the team tightened things up in the second. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think they did as well. They scored 2 goals. Rick, let's take a look at that period summary brought to you by Banbury Enterprises.
Well, the London Knights take a 1-0 lead on an unassisted goal by Bidgood as Bidgood picks up this puck at the faceoff dot, and as he's going down, he banks that shot off the post and in behind Bennett to record the first goal in this hockey game. He plows into Bennett at the tail end of that play. The Owen Sound Attack didn't like that. Now Sokolowski finds Cover going down the right side, and Cover steps around the defenseman and puts it up over the shoulder of Bennett to extend the London Knights lead to 2-0. The Knights have an advantage in the faceoff dot. They've won 52% of the draws in tonight's game. The Knights are 0 for 3 on the power play, and the Owen Sound Attack are 0 for 7 on my list up here. I could be wrong, but they've got 0 for 6, 0 for 2. There's been lots of penalties in this hockey game. The Knights outshoot the Owen Sound Attack 18-10 in that second period, 32-16 through 2 periods.
Okay, let's take a look at goaltending to start this one off. Tristan Bennett in net for the Owen Sound Attack. He's a big goaltender, Rick. Pretty common, cool.
Well, 6'8", 207 pounds, and he covers up a whole lot of that net. Now, he got to play 5 games for the Owen Sound Attack last year. He won his first OHL game in that 5-game stretch. He's been very good in here tonight. I'm surprised at the athleticism of a goaltender that size. He gets down in the butterfly position. There's not a whole lot of net in behind him. He's come up with several big saves for the Owen Sound Attack at the right time. He sees the puck through traffic, but of course you're going to see the puck through traffic when you stand above everybody else.
Yeah, Trent Bennett, not Tristan. Let's take a look at the home goaltender, Sebastian Gatto. Boy, you talk about cool and calm. He's been playing it all night. He's been taking a couple off the helmet as well in face masks.
Well, he's got a lot to prove as far as I'm concerned. He's a 19-year-old undrafted player, and certainly the reason he came back from the BCHL is he wants a little more exposure. He is an NCAA commit for next season or the season after that, but he's played extremely well in here. He had a great preseason with a .953 save percentage in the 2 preseason games that he got some ice time in. He played 90 minutes in total, but Gatto has been outstanding since coming into London. We talked about it prior to the game that he's going to push Medvedev for some starts this season.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Medvedev coming in last year, of course, with Elliott and the great run they both had throughout the season last year. And goaltending is so important. Now, I mentioned on the warm-up there was 111 OHL players at respective NHL camps. The Knights lead it with 14 players that are eligible to come back. Obviously, the Bonks and the Cowans aren't coming back, but they're eligible to come back. Still, the Knights, the players that will come back, is about 8 of them that could be back in the London lineup.
Well, the one that's the biggest question mark for me is Sam Dickinson.
Yeah.
Sam Dickinson is 19 years old, so he's not eligible to be sent to the American Hockey League this year. So it's either junior hockey or the National Hockey League. Now, will the San Jose Sharks give him 9 games before they decide what they're going to do? They could extend it out, send Sam Dickinson back to the London Knights just prior to the World Junior Championships. You know he'd have a spot locked on that team as the CHL Defenseman of the Year last year. He played for Team Canada at the World Juniors last year. So it'll be interesting to see how long the San Jose Sharks want to extend that out and where exactly Sam Dickinson starts the season.
Okay, so let's say that 7 of 8 players come back for sure. All of a sudden, you didn't think so, but Dale Hunter has some thinking to do on who's going to make this roster. I know it's only 2 periods in, but there's some pretty good bids to make this squad, Rick.
Well, there's no doubt about that at all, and certainly this hockey club, we thought that they'd be in a rebuild year because of winning a Memorial Cup last year and losing the key pieces from that team, but they've filled those spots rather nicely. I think the one big question mark for this hockey club is where's the offense going to come from? Sam O'Reilly certainly would help in that way when he comes back, and certainly if Sam Dickinson comes back, that gives you a lot of offense from the back end. So this team isn't that far out from contending once again. A couple pieces here and there in this lineup, and all of a sudden a team that you thought was going to finish 3rd and 4th could contend for a Western Conference championship.
Especially if they get, as you mentioned, Dickinson back. Sophie, back to you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be right back with some more Knights hockey here on Hully Gully Yamaha London Knights hockey right after this.
Need an SUV? Finch Hyundai's got it. Need a car? Finch Hyundai's got it. Low rate financing, unbeatable deals, superb customer service. Got it, got it, got it. Visit the largest volume Hyundai dealership in Ontario. Check us out at finchhyundai.com.
Drivers trust Oil Guard London for proven rust protection.
We use Formula 2 No Drip from Oil Guard. We love it because it doesn't make a mess and it works.
30 minutes at Oil Guard for year-round peace of mind. At IDS, we have the tools your business needs to be successful, from office printing to communications and full IT services. IDS allows our clients to focus on what they do best.
Homeowners and designers trust Progressive Countertop, a Canadian company. They carry the best-owned surfaces like Handstone Quartz, proudly manufactured in London. With expert design services and installation, you can bring design to the surface with Progressive Countertop.
When the temperature and air quality in your home aren't quite right, GWB Heating and Cooling can help. Their licensed technicians provide top-notch furnace maintenance and full system installs for a comfortable, fresh home. GWB, serving the London St. Thomas area.
I'm Heather from Optimus TV Bingo. For a chance to win extra spending money, tune in to Optimus TV Bingo Monday nights at 8 p.m. For details on tickets, go to tvbingo.ca.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Tune into the Paul Harper Show on Jack 102.3 weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. Jack 102.3, 80s, 90s, and more. Let's take a look now at the save of the period, brought to you by MNP. If your debt is out of control, you're not alone. It is London Knights netminder Sebastian Gatto. Now for the second period scoring summary, brought to you by Finch Hyundai. Cohen Bidgood got the icebreaker tonight. That was his first of the season, and that was unassisted to give the Knights a 1-0 lead. Jackson Cover then recorded his first of his OHL career to give the Knights a 2-0 lead. Sokolowski picked up the assist on that one. The Knights have outshot the Attack 32-16 so far in tonight's game. Now for the turning point of the period, which is brought to you by Drake Divorce Lawyers. When there's a lot at stake, call Drake, and it is Jackson Cover with a huge goal there to give the Knights a 2-0 lead over the shoulder of Bennett at 6:30 p.m. Stay tuned, folks. The third period is coming up next.
From landscaping and agriculture to municipal works, reliable aggregates deliver lasting results. VB sources from their own sand and gravel pits, ensuring quality and consistency for projects of all sizes. VB Sand and Gravel, delivering the very best.
Smoke alarms expire after 10 years. Check the date and test your smoke alarm today.
A working smoke alarm is a gift the whole family can enjoy.
Follow us online at LDN Fire.
From the breakups.
Why can't I spend the weekend with you and Daddy?
To the coming togethers. To new beginnings. We are here to help you move forward.
None of us are immune to financial difficulty.
We've been helping Canadians become debt-free for over 50 years.
Together, we'll find the right debt solution
and get you back on your feet.
Call us on the phone or see us on the net. 310-DEBT.
For your next flooring project, check out Beckham Brothers at Great Floors St. Thomas, both trusted Canadian brands. Beckham Brothers creates stunning engineered hardwood tile and luxury vinyl. Add expert installation with Great Floors St. Thomas. With Great Floors and Beckham Brothers, you win.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Okay, back here, Canada Life Place getting set for the third period. Let's take a look at the shot on goal. Brought to you by GWV Heating and Cooling.
Well, the Knights outshoot the Attack 18-10 in that second period. 32-16, 2-1 through two periods in favor of the London Knights as they take a 2-0 lead into period number 3.
Okay, so we've counted them up. We could be wrong. I think there's been around, 10 penalties in this hockey game so far. We have yet to see a power play goal.
Well, nobody's been able to take advantage of their power plays. In fact, there hasn't been really any sustained pressure by either hockey club with the power play in tonight's hockey game. And there's the man that scored the first goal in tonight's game. Bidgood, as he scores his first of the season to give the London Knights a 1-0 lead. That went unassisted as he picked the puck up in his own zone right off the faceoff and dashed down the ice and put one in off the post in behind Bennett to give the Knights a 1-0 lead. At that point, Covert puts one over top of Bennett's shoulders, and that's a long way up on a 6'8" goaltender. But Cover gives the London Knights a 2-0 lead heading into period number 3. 42 seconds remains on the penalty to Clark as the Attack are on the power play.
They'll bring it in across the line. Michael Dack. Look at this pass in front of the net. Oh, what a save by Gatto there as the winger was off the high post. That was Bowie. And the goaltender, Gatto, will stick that right pad out to make the splendid save. Touched up there by Brown on a long reach, and back to the blue line it rolls. Down along the half boards, Therrien with the puck. Down to the corner, Banks wants it up top, Bowie takes it, but again that long reach of Brown will lug it back out through to center ice. Here's Brown, shoots right on and into the crest of the goaltender, Trenton Bennett.
Well, Brown's had a good game tonight. I'm surprised at the foot speed that Brown has shown in tonight's hockey game, and certainly he has the strength at 6'4", 230 pounds, as he just pushed Bowie off that puck deep in his own zone. But Brown has played extremely well in here tonight for the London Knights in his OHL debut.
Well, he started on his first shift. Here's a covert tap back to the blue line with a penalty, but he got into the game. There's a angled attempt off that low post again, and that was just missed by a whisker as the Knights come close. Zorowski peppers one off the blocker of the goaltender. Gatto back to the blue line. Another quick shot through traffic. And again, Gatto will smother it up.
Well, Sokolovsky's coming together with a couple of players deep in the crease. He doesn't like the fact that they're crowding that crease in tonight's hockey game, and that's Zorowski. As Zorowski takes a couple of shots at Sokolovsky, he'll go 2 minutes on the rough. Sokolovsky 2 minutes on the rough. So we'll have some offsetting minors here and some 4-on-4 hockey. It has been a chippy affair so far in tonight's game. It seemed to start in the first period there, Sloaney, and I think it's frustration from the lack of opportunity on the power play led to that chippy play.
Yeah, we're talking about the Owen Sound Attack. They've had a bevy of opportunity on that. I go back to that. We talk about Brown, and you mentioned how he's had a good game. He got into the game right off the hop with that hit. He got called on it. It was an interference call, but he was into the game, and that started the heat, in my mind, a bit. And then along with the lack of production on the power play by the Owen Sound Attack. We'll see what they can do here. Well, no, it's offsetting. Penalties. So we'll have 4-on-4 action here. But the Owen Sound Attack started this period with a power play. And again, yet again, the Knights stave it off. Are they having a look, Rick, or challenge maybe?
I think possibly they're going to move the face-off outside. Or is it something with Delisle as he's heading over to the box? So the referees are pointing down to the tablet once again, Sloaney. This could be the second appearance this season for the tablet. There was one in period number 1. It looks like this could be a coach's challenge, as the Owen Sound Attack have the tablet out on their bench. So we'll have to wait and see what exactly it is that they're challenging on the play. You'd have to think that they thought something went into the net to make that challenge.
Yeah, we have to wait and see exactly what they're challenging. We don't know right now. But as things move on.
Well, they were lining up, Sloaney, deep in the London zone, and DeLille went up to the officials and said something. They went over to the Owen Sound bench.
Right.
The Owen Sound bench had the tablet out, so you have to put those things together and say that they're challenging something. The tablet has not come out at the penalty box yet. So I'm not sure if they're maybe going upstairs to let the OHL off-ice officials have a look at this without the officials getting a tablet out.
This is all coming, what, with a minute
and 7 seconds
gone here in the third period. It's already been a long night.
Well, we were talking about that at the intermission. We're almost at 9:30, I believe. So it's been 2.5 hours since the start of this game. And we still have 18 minutes and 53 seconds left to play here in the third period. And this game could get extended into overtime, Sloaney. We could have our first 3.5-hour game.
Well, it is overnight. Oh, they did call. You're exactly right.
It was a coach's challenge. They were looking for a goal here. As this shot sifts through, that wasn't the play that they were challenging. That was the Knights coming close. But Bennett gets over to the post to make the saves.
Here's Remus. So we got offsetting Miners. Only Mike DeLille, the public address announcer, was just saying there was no goal on that challenge. Here's DeLille. Bringing in and across the line, stopped there by Logan Howery. 2-on-1 developing here for London. Here's Howery in across the line, a little chip back. And what a stick by Roberts to stem that off, to let it get away from the winger. Betkowski, I believe that was Mitchell up on the play. Sikora in on the hook too. There's a quick shot. Sikora again, quickly shooting it. Goes off her skate and off to the corner once again. Half boards now. Betkowski wants it, has it. He'll wait, ropes it into Banks on the dime, looking for DeLille, slot area. Banks still with the puck, and he'll roll back to the line. Greenberg with the puck. Waiting, pad back to Banks. Once again, Owen Sound moving around rather nicely. Good stick save there by Sebastian Gatto. Bemis will give way to Wood, and the rookie has the puck. Lead pass back out through the center ice. Wilmot in across the line, being tied up there by Crawford, but he manages to get by him with strength. High slot, Brown shoots. Oh, he gunned it just 4 or 5 inches off from that to left post. Crawford once again. 10 seconds remaining on the upsetting Miners. Jurowski and Sokolovsky, pair of 17s. In on the hunt is Crawford, broken up by the Knights. Arnett peels it on to the wing. Quick shot, fired high and wide. Back to 5-on-5, tipped in front of the net. Another tip, shot, scores! As the Owen Sound Attack, Jurowski has scored, and it's 2-1.
Got sloppy in their own zone, and Jurowski took advantage of it as this puck gets lifted in behind the net. No Nelson will pick this puck up in behind the net. He just lifts it back out to Jurowski, who was not tied up on the play. He makes no mistake as he beats Gatto on the glove side. We have a 2-1 hockey game on Jurowski's first of the season.
So if you're Owen Sound, that's exactly what you needed to start this third period. They're only down by a goal now. Famous. Lead pass. Van Bommel. Here we go. Chance. Good. Shooting it. And he shot it at the shoulder of Trenton Bennett. Bennett's been good on the angles. Little tap pass. Van Bommel once again. Lodged by Themis. Chance. Good again. Driving that one just wide. Themis with the shot. Tipped to the corner by Van Gorp, and Terrian will be in flight down the right side. He'll send it in deep. Rinsed around the boards. Van Gorp with the puck. Flexed over here on the near side. Back to the blue line. Banks. Nelson down low. Watch for the return feed to Nelson off the stick and back out through the center ice. Owen Sound on the move here. Hit free. Here's Creek and across the line. Pass one man. Can he get by? Stu. Banks though to the rescue, but Creek comes up with the puck. Played around the boards. Chance again. Culver with the shot. Looking for his second goal of the game. Dice back to the blue line and tracked down by Brown. Off the boards. Hits a man, and Max Buell has it. Sokolovsky being checked up. He'll have to regroup deep in his own territory. And then pass to Creek. Across the rink to Brown. Off the boards and in. Swept behind the net and rolls back to the blue line. Behind the slot is Sokolovsky. Peels off the checking 0-1 man. Brown leaving it there. Covert on for Sokolovsky. Sokolovsky being tied up at the boards, and he's knocked down and set free by Crawford. 2-on-1. Owen Sound. Crawford shoots. What a save by Sebastian Gaho from point-blank range. He took it off the right pad, and now Owen Sound will counter. Here's Crawford again. Toe drag shot off a stick and out of play.
Well, we often talk about the timing of saves in a hockey game, and that was one of those timing saves right there by Gatto. A breakaway by the Owen Sound Attack, and that was Crawford who got the shot away, and Gatto comes up with a big save. He's well out onto the white ice to cut that angle down. We'll look back on that at the tail end of this hockey game and see if that made a big difference. 36-22 are the shots on goal in favor of London.
Here's Freeman. London will control the draw, and now we got Wilmot and Crawford in behind the play.
Well, they lined up on the draw right here, and Wilmot and Crawford came together. They were tied up the entire time as Wilmot goes down. Crawford's trying to push his helmet off right there. He took exception to that. We'll have some offsetting roughing calls on this play. So some more 4-on-4 hockey here, Sloaney, with 14:24 remaining in regulation time. A 2-1 score as Zurowski has the attack back to within 1 of London here in period number 3. The only goal in this period. And we look back to that coach's challenge, and we think the league challenged on the London goal. It wasn't a coach's challenge off the Owen Sound bench. That's what we think transpired, because there would have been a penalty.
That's what I thought, yes.
If that was waved off and the goal was waved off. So it was at the other end on the 2 saves that Bennett made early in period number 1. But it looked an awful lot like Delille was the one that brought it to the officials' attention, and the only people on the tablet were the Owen Sound coaches on the bench. So it's going to be tough to determine what these challenges are unless somebody feeds us the information from the league office.
It needs to get upstairs here somehow, and they're working on it. So we got another delay.
They're going to call this a 5-on-5, so they're saying it's not offsetting minors because it didn't happen at the same time.
Right.
The first call would have been on Crawford. The second call would have been on Wilmot. So it's 5-on-5.
Kind of like the first game of the year, right? So 5-on-5 hockey, as Rick mentioned. Howery dashing down the wing, trying to get past his man, leaving it there for Clark. He peppered that one off the shin pad of the D-man from Owen Sound. And it's ushered back down in the London ice. Brashed ahead again. Delille can't get past the London centerman. Hawkins leads it there. Shot. Here's Howard. Boots it up on the blade. Oh, he tried to make the nifty move on the backhander to pop it over the left pad. Here's Hawkins to the corner. Off the boards. A little hot to handle and buoy out through to center ice. Feeds it in for Greenberg. Greenberg is tied up by Mitchell. Manages to get it in behind the net. Demas will take over for London. Almost 7 off the clock here in the 3rd period. Long night here, an opening night here at Canada Life Place for the London Knights and the Owen Sound Attack. Secor Bounces it in off a deck. Now Rogers up the boards, gets it again. Backhand pass now at the line. Swiped in deep past Sokolowski. Round the boards again. London trying to clear the zone. Here's a chance for Deck. Front of the net. He tried to fade it off to the low winger. That was Nelson, and it just failed to materialize. Off the boards. Kept in by Bidgood. Bidgood with the goal tonight for London, along with the Cobra. Up on the wing. Brown. On for Sokolowski. Lead pass for Van Bommel off the tip of his stick. And it goes in on the call. Owen Sound, Zarowski has his tack within one.
Culligan Water has been London Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, your one-stop shop for all things water.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febry. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
This third period is brought to you by Great Floors.
Well, Cole Zarowski split his season between Flint and Owen Sound last year. In 29 games with the Attack, the Barrie, Ontario native scored 10 goals and 16 points. He is eligible for this year's NHL entry draft. He's the goal scorer in here tonight for the Attack. 12:25 remains in period number 3 in a 2-1 hockey game.
Has the puck again. Oh, he got it through traffic and a good positional save. I got him.
Well, Zarowski was the first-round pick of the Flint Firebirds last year. And certainly with Bowie and Zarowski in the lineup, one pick 5th, one pick 7th in the first round. Yeah, that gives you two pretty good building blocks right there.
Ray on the draw, slapped free by Sokolowski. Crease has a beat on it, knocks his man down, sweeping it in front of the net. Chop to the corner. Jakarov along with his winger, and Owen Sound will try to clear the zone, but picked off nicely by Crease. Rushed over to the wing. Down low, centering pass again. Jakarov back to the line, quick shot. And into the glove.
Well, Jackson Cover recorded his first OHL goal in tonight's game. That gave the London Knights a 2-0 lead at that point as he picked the top corner over top of the shoulder of Bennett to record that goal. Sokolowski picks up the assist on that. That'll be the game-winning goal if this score stays the same. It's 11:55 remaining here in period number 3. Shots on goal read 38-23 in favor of London.
Bakarov's line to the bench in favor of Logan Howery and his two line mates. Brown round the boards, and Howery picks it up. He'll play the off wing, pushes it ahead to Clark. Clark returned feed shot, just whipped wide. Two veterans, Clark and the sophomore Howery. Hawkins out there, DeLille. There's a centering pass. Brown knocking that one down. Fine fashion, another center pass. Shot just fired wide. And it's picked up by Banks. Up on the play. Down low again, Howery on the right side of the puck against Terrian. Broken up by Sokolowski, and he'll lead the three-man assault. Three of them now pick their way to the London blue line. Cross-side feed. Outreach, shooting it right on. And the goaltender, Bennett. Tremendous.
Well, what a defensive play here by Brown. It's a 2-on-1 as DeLille tries to push it through Brown. Brown goes down and takes the lane away from the Owen Sound Attack. Nothing coming from that 2-on-1, not a shot on goal. as Brown continues to perform extremely well in tonight's hockey game.
9 off the clock, another quick shot. London controls the draw. Roberts leads it up for Owen Sound with some speed, lodges it in deep, then races in with a great deal of determination after his own shoot in. Owen Sound keeping it in. Roberts, Bedkowski now. He's wearing the C for Owen Sound. Left wing pass picked off though by the Knights. And across the line, here's the Van Gogh hard to the net. And he's tripped up, and Bennett, he's slow to get up as well.
Well, there's going to be a penalty to Roberts on this play. Watch number 8 as he takes the feed out from underneath Van Gorp on the play, and you can see Bennett takes the brunt of that hit as Roberts will join Crawford in that box, and the London Knights will go on to the power play. This will be their 4th opportunity of the night. So far, they're 0 for 3 with the manpower advantage. A lot of the play coming from outside. Not a whole lot of shots on Bennett, who's 6'8". You're going to have to get some eyes or some bodies in front of him.
Van Gorp, tap back to the blue line. Creek with some room, waits down low, looks for the return feed. Back to the blue line, Mitchell. High slot area, Clark wants it, gets it, top of the circle. Surveys, plays it on for Mitchell. Creek lingering in that slot area, back to the blue line. Mitchell again. Van Gorp, little touch pass for Clark. Owen Sound's on his man, but Evan Van Gorp coming up with it. Shades it on for Clark. Return feed front of the net for Cover, and he was lingering right through the paint. Owen Sound's going to get the gate again. Cover up top, sharp angle. Knights put on Howery for the extra attacker. 6 on 5 broken up, and London's going to have a 2-man advantage here, Rick.
Well, this is going to go to our net, and this happens in behind the net as he comes up in behind Van Gorp right there, and it's that little push up against the boards. He'll go 2 minutes on the boarding call on that play, and the Knights with a golden opportunity here with a 2-man advantage for the next minute and 4 seconds or less. So here we have a 5-on-3 at an important juncture in this hockey game. Only 9:36 remaining in regulation time.
Howery, Cover on the back end. The quarterback. Hawkins up front, Bidgood. Bemis as well. And Cover will set up shop deep in his own territory. Acting over, leaving it there for Logan Howery. Over skates and manages to recover. Cover in across the line, tapped on, Bidgood low. Here's Cover, front of the net. He tried to put it through the legs, get out front. And it's sent back to the half boards. Down the coast and rolls. Here's Hawkins, waits. Up top, Logan Howery waits again, off to the wing. Howery wants it back, slot area. Will he shoot? Up to the wing, Bemis shooting it. It's still in play. Cover getting knocked down in front of the net. Fans want one. Howery ripping that one wide of the mark. And it's sailed back out through the set. Now we got another play in front of the net. Bedkowski leaning into Cover. Got nailed twice there, Rick.
Well, Bedkowski took Cover out twice in front of the net. The first time, as you can see, Cover comes back at Bedkowski, takes a little slash in behind the legs. Cover's going to go 2 minutes for the unsportsmanlike dive on the play. Bedkowski will step in the box. It looks like Cover's being ushered off the ice. I don't know if that's a 10-minute misconduct or exactly why Cover is leaving. But Bedkowski steps in the box. I've never heard of a 10-minute misconduct for diving Sloaney on the play, but
must have too much to say.
I'm not sure. Exactly what transpired on the play here.
But the real authentic about it. Bedkowski lays the slash. The referee's like 2 feet from him. Not going to get away with it.
I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's a 5-on-3 still for the next 14 seconds as the 9,000 plus are letting the referees know exactly what they think.
Offside at the line.
And it's been a long night, and I think the fans here have had enough of
all the calls.
All the calls, and there's 4 guys in the box on the Owen Sound side, 1 guy in the box on the London side.
Here's Howry and across the line, looking for a point tonight. Logan Howry down the boards, waits, takes the shot. Oh, he had that label. Back of the net, up top. No, it didn't go in. And it's off to the corner, and the whistle sounds.
Well, here's the overhead shot of this. I heard a ringing off a post as Howry gains the slot area. Oh, and look at Bennett got that, but it dropped directly in behind him as he covers things up. As Crete was trying to get in and sweep that in behind Bennett on the play, but Bennett gets the glove down and covers things up. That was the 43rd shot on goal for the London Knights, and we still have 8 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in regulation time. A 2-1 hockey game. The Knights have the power play for the next 50 seconds or less.
Crete on the draw. Bemis knocking his man down, Roberts. Howry in behind his own net, leaving it there for Bemis, and he'll set up shop deep in his own territory. And Tony Bemis will lead the 5-man assault. And across the line rolls the London Knights. Bidgood in on the move as well. And they got another stoppage in play.
Well, this was an offside at the blue line. It was that little hesitation by Bidgood that pushed Crete offside. So the faceoff will come outside into the neutral zone. There's 28 seconds remaining in the penalty to Arnett as he's standing up in the box, waiting to get back out onto the ice. As both benches will get organized here. The Knights remain on the power play. This is their 4th power play opportunity of the evening.
8:04 remaining here in the 3rd period. Mitchell with the puck. Headman pass for Hawken. Tried to filter it on for Howry. And a good stick by the Owen Sound doing. Sokolowski. Right on to the blade of Roberts. He'll track it down once again deep in his own territory. Over to the wing. Missed his man. Rogers has it. And he'll lift it down the ice. Taylor Mitchell behind his own net. Penalty has expired. And now the Knights Creek wheels down the right side with a lot of speed broken up. And now talk about speed. Here's Turing. And across the line gets stood up by Sokolowski. Oh, there's going to be a call here. That looked just like a height difference.
Well, the referee has thrown Therrien out of the game. He's thrown Crete out of the game for too much to say after the whistle on the play. Not a great display of refereeing here tonight. As you can see, Sokolowski comes up and he pushes Therrien to the boards.
Yeah, that's soft.
And I think he's saying the follow-up across the back where he pushed him into the boards afterwards. I'm not sure what he called on the play, whether it was a cross-check, whether it was a boarding call. But the Owen Sound Attack will go on to the power play for the first time in this 3rd period, for the 8th time in tonight's hockey game, as the face-off will come all the way back down into the London zone to the right of Gatto.
So Owen Sound back on the power play. Zorowski's out there, of course. He has the lone goal for the attack. Play to the corner. Banks has the puck. He's pretty nifty and mobile on the back end for Owen Sound. Plays it over to the wing for Bowie. Sophomore. Deck has the puck. Down low. Watch for the return feed. Has it Deck. Deck top of the circle. Waits. He'll look for the return feed again. Centers it out front. Ray adjusted it just wide as Gatto had him pinned. Now off to the wing again. High slot area. Good stop by Gatto through traffic. He stuffed that Walker out. On his knees, it looked like, and made a nice save. 6:35 remaining here in the third period. 1:13 remaining in the minor to London. Bowie works his way in across the line. Bemis breaks that up, escorts it back out, and tracked down. Rubbed along the blue line. Kicked up onto the play of Zurowski. Dumped in deep. Van Bommel hard around the boards. Kept in nicely. Here's Ray. Ray shot. And that was wired wide. Might have hit a stick courtesy of Sikora. Sikora at the line again. Down the coast. Deck dribbles one down to Zurowski. Return feed out front. Into the glove of Sebastian Gatto.
Well, that's the second big game-saving save that we've seen from Gatto here in this third period as Sikora gets that high in the slot area, gets the shot away rather quickly, and Gatto picks that up through traffic. That's the 26th shot he's faced in tonight's hockey game. That's the 25th save he's made. There's 33 seconds remaining on the penalty to Sokolowski.
Back to the blue line. Owen Sound will control here to chance. Shot scores! That's a dandy shot courtesy of a winger from the Owen Sound Attack. I think it was Sikora.
It was Sikora who drifted off on the dot right here. He gets that shot away and he goes high over the shoulder of Gatto, as that's the first power play goal scored in tonight's hockey game. A beautiful shot by Sikora for his first of the season. We have 5:46 remaining in regulation time. A 2-2 hockey game. Don't go anywhere.
No. So the Knights with the first two goals of this hockey game. You got to hand it to the Attack. Scoring two here in the third, and we're tied at deuces. Sikora with a bullet. Broken stick out onto the ice. Lead pass. DeLille through to center ice. Set free, and Roberts will have it. Braden Clark knocked down at the blue line on a, looks like a high step. He'll go directly, and Dale Hunter is giving it to the referee. Off the boards. Petkowski lugs it back out through to center ice. Pass one man, broken up by Howery. He'll push it ahead. Roberts on him. Sokolowski nails his man. Hawkins, the overager, leaves it there as the Knights are in on the hunt. Zakharov out there for London. End-man pass. Bemis off the boards, and Hawkins has it once again. Through center ice. Gathering speed. Howery out there as well to the corner. Logan Howery in behind the net. Henry pass, and there's Howery in front of the net. And he had a point-blank range shot and bent it up to the task. Zakharov in front of the net. Bennett. And the Attack will bring it in across the line. Nelson brushes it around the base of the boards. Into the corner. Bemis. Dangerous pass to clear the zone. Kept in by the Owen Sound D. Knocked down at the line by Arnett. And he'll have to go out and regroup. Here's Van Gorp. He'll have some speed. Picks his way to the line. Pass to Rogers. Evan Van Gorp. He almost had 20 last year off a skate. Centering pass out front. Van Gorp follows up on the play. Dive back to the blue line. Prince to the corner. Here's a chance for Van Bommel. Fire to the net. The Knights player was just clocked by Arnett. And that was Cook in front of the net following up on the play. And got a bit of the shot away, but Owen Sound Attack prevail in that circumstance. Now deep into London's ice. 3:15 remaining here in the third period. Back to the blue line. Hops over the stick. Binkowski having all kinds of trouble with Van Gorp. Robert pins his man up. Look at Evan Van Gorp coming up with that puck. Just pure strength up against Big Binkowski, and we have a stoppage in play. Sikora with a bullet ties his hockey game up at 2 late in the third.
My OHL is a place where everyone feels welcome. So OHL diversity inclusion efforts are for each and everybody, whether it be a player, official, whether it be anyone within the staff, for each club or at the OHL offices, and certainly for every person that enters into one of our arenas and participates as a fan in one of our games.
When I do becomes I'm done.
Talk to the family law experts at Drake Law. Divorce doesn't have to be a fight, but when there's a lot at stake, call Drake. DrakeLaw.ca.
Well, Sikora has tied this hockey game up at 2 apiece, but this is what had the London bench up in odds. You can see it on the left-hand side of your screen as you see DeLille reaches around and gives the high stick to Clark as he's skating away. That eluded the officials at that time, and we have 2:59 remaining in regulation time, a 2-2 hockey game.
Face off deep in Owen Sound territory, and they'll do it all over again.
Well, Clark was the one that took the high stick. He doesn't look any worse for the wear. He went to the bench and received some attention from the training staff, but he just got kicked out of that draw.
So everybody up and in tight London. Scrum ensues off the draw. Binkowski will try to lift it free. Succeeds in a bouncing puck. Run of the blade of Andoni Themis. Bowie picks that pass off. Themis once again for London. A headman pass for Clark. Roberts being tracked down by Clark, and he nails him to the corner. Hawkins, bit good. He gets nailed. Puck wasn't around them. There's another shot, and now the London Knight knocked down in front of the net. Clark played to the corner. Ray up with it. Little gain center ice. Ray, tab, Nelson shot. Oh, that didn't miss. It rides the rails and back out through to center ice. And Bidgood will try to bring his man in onside. They do, but it's choked up. And Owen Sound will just send it back in. Inside of 2 remaining here in the third period, tied at 2. Van Gorp leads it up for the London Knights. Has that speed, pass one man. Falls, going in across the line. Fans thought it was a trip. Deck stops it there at the blue line. Deck, then he gets caught by Brown on a good defensive play. Clean hit. And Brown will tee it up in behind his own net. Julian Brown, lead pass, sent in courtesy of Zakharov, and Bennett will hang on.
Well, Clark has had a rough 5 minutes. Watch here as Roberts spears him right there on his way to the crease. It was a high stick last time. You'd call that one a bit of a low stick. Sloaning as the face-off remains inside the Owen Sound Attack zone to the left. Bennett, who has acquainted himself quite nicely to the new season in the OHL.
Off the draw, Zakora sends it in for himself. Zagolovsky behind the net. Will lead it up for the London Knights. Big strides. The D-man from London, Zorowski. And there's the other goal for Owen Sound. Tossed in deep again. Bridged around the boards and have a whistle.
Oh, we're just 2 seconds off the 1 minute mark here left in regulation time. Shots on goal read 46-27 as Zoroski has one of the goals here in the third period. The other one goes to Sikora as the Owen Sound Attack have come back and tied this hockey game up at 2 apiece.
Off the boards. Knocked down by the long reach. Sokolowski and London will start out just inside their own blue line. Clark back out there, right in behind the net to the corner. Bemis gets it. Quick shot tipped in front of the net. And Clark had a beat on that. And look at Bennett come up with the save.
Well, that came off of Clark's stick a little slow, so Bennett had time to adjust to that play, but what a great play by Clark to get that shot on goal as Bennett, Johnny on the spot with the glove, makes the save. We have 40.4 seconds remaining in regulation time.
Clark back out there. He'll square up. Scrum. Owen Sound will control. Pushed ahead, courtesy of Betkowski. Launched down the ice. Mitchell having difficulty clearing the zone, and Hawkins is up with it along with the speedy Van Gorp. Brings it in across the line. Betkowski tying up Van Gorp on his stick, and a good play. Picked and skittered off to the corner now. Betkowski finds Crawford. Crawford lugs it out through the center ice. 3 of them now pick their way to the line to the corner once again. Bemis. Both there by Crawford. Centering pass. Clark tracks that down, and he'll clear the zone. Owen Sound, Rick, into overtime.
We have our first 3-hour game of the season, Sloaney. It's 10:04. This game, the puck drop, was scheduled for 7 o'clock, but of course we had a banner raising for the London Knights, and the Memorial Cup was in the building along with the commissioner, Brian Crawford. So it's been a long night. The officials didn't help out in any way whatsoever, Sloaney. We've had lots of penalties in this hockey game, so no momentum whatsoever. Bennett has played outstanding. He faced 47 shots in here from the London Knights. He made 45 saves in net for the Owen Sound Attack. And then you go to the other side and you get Sebastian Gatto. He's been a story in this hockey game as well, as he faced 27 shots in here from the Owen Sound Attack. He made 2 point-blank saves in that third period. At one point he kept the score at 2-1. At the second point he kept it at 2-2. So Gatto and Bennett have been stories in this hockey game. Both of them would be considered rookies this season. Bennett's 18 years old. Gatto, he's 19 years old. And I think we're going to see more of that in the future. We're going to see 18 and 19-year-old rookies coming to the Ontario Hockey League. Bennett's a 4th-round pick of the New Jersey Devils. Gatto is an NHL free agent, and certainly he's had a good start in the crease for the London Knights, not only in preseason play but in tonight's hockey game as well. 5 minutes goes up on the clock. We'll have some 3-on-3 hockey.
They're back in the penalty box.
We must have got a 10-minute
misconduct. 10 there, yes. So it looks like Banks, DeLille, Bowie out for Owen Sound, Wilmot, Hawkins, Caleb Mitchell for the London Knights. 3-on-3 hockey. Boy, the fans have been treated tonight since about 10-7, haven't they?
Well, and of course the pregame they had the show out on Dundas Street, so people could have been down here at 5 o'clock, Sloaney. It's now 10:05 or something like that, so we're 5 minutes.
So Wilmot will square up against DeLille. Hawkins against Bowie. Mitchell against Banks. Owen Sound will control the drop. There's the crafty Banks on the back end for the attack. The Lil with the puck. Bowie circling. 5 minutes of overtime. Teed up in behind the net, and Owen Sound will start out. They scored 2 goals in the third period to set this overtime up. London was up by 2 heading into the third. Zarowski, Sikora scoring for Owen Sound. Bowie laying it on for Banks. Just managing the puck in the first 50 seconds or so. There's Banks now with some speed down the left side. Banks hard around the net. Still with the puck, finding the man, and Bowie, toe drag, trying to get past Mitchell, turns off the corner. Mitchell checking him up on a good play. Now he gets on the right side of the puck, and he's stealed. DeLille, Wilmot up against the boards as well, set free, and Owen Sound will come up with it. Roberts off the bench, and now DeLille will go to the Owen Sound bench. Bemis out now for London. Sikora had that great shot to score Owen Sound's second goal. 3:35 remaining here in overtime. Sikora once again, he has that shot. Crawford out there, Roberts as well, the overager. Roberts with the puck. Off the boards, Hawkins still out for London. Bemis, Wilmot still out for London, and he'll sail to the corner. London's yet to have the puck. Now Owen Sound off to be a wing, and Crawford tracks it down. Knights looking to get a change here. Crawford stops, looks for a man, surveys the area. Greenberg wants it, has it, high slot. Sikora turns off the checking of Bemis, has the puck, top of the circle, goes down the coast, and Sikora again surveys. Tipped on for Crawford. Waits, slot area, quick shot, knocked down front of the net. Can London go here? Here they go. Here's Hawkins. And across the line, Hawkins waits and wants changes for the London Knights. Owen Sound making changes too. Clark now dashing in across the line. Clark front of the net. Greenberg on him, and Clark still up with it. Left there for Bidgood. Bidgood off the check-in of Greenberg. Approaching the 2-minute mark remaining here in overtime. Greenberg hard on that center pass and a good stem there by Nelson. Zogolowski in behind the Owen Sound net. Tab back to Bidgood. Bidgood open to scoring for London. Zogolowski, he trips up his man. There's going to be a power play for Owen Sound as soon as London touches the puck.
Well, Sokolowski gets caught here as he fumbles this puck at the blue line, and away goes the Owen Sound Attack player, and that was Greenberg as he tried to break away. Sokolowski took the feet out from underneath him, so we'll have a 4-on-3 manpower advantage here. This will be the, I need a calculator here, Sloaney. 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be the 9th power play opportunity of the evening for the Owen Sound Attack, and they've controlled this overtime period. There's 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining in the hockey game. Check that. There's 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining in the overtime.
Cover back out, Rick.
And Cover is back out. He takes a seat in the penalty bench. Owen Sound takes a timeout as they'll have a 4-on-3 manpower advantage here with the face-off deep in the London zone. But the Owen Sound Attack controlled that puck for the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this overtime period. There wasn't a whole lot of offense generated. It was just basically controlling the puck, trying to get around the outside and springing somebody loose. Well, now they have a golden opportunity with a 4-on-3 manpower advantage as Sokolowski takes a seat in the penalty box.
Terrian back out, Rick.
Terrian back out on the ice. That's good news for the Owen Sound Attack fans. He's an offensive threat in that lineup.
Brown, Bemis, Wilmot. will try to stave off the Owen Sound Attack. They have a full 2 minutes here. Minute 52 remaining in overtime. They'll control the draw, which is good for Owen Sound. Tabbed on for Terry and down low, tipped in front of the net. London B, courtesy Julian Brown will sail it down the length of the ice. Owen Sound's break. Out for Bowie. With some speed down the left side, Terrian Watson. He'll get it in a minute. He'll look for that slot area, but it's broken up by the nice sweet pass by Bowie. Checks the stick. It wasn't the stick, my friend. Now a chance for the Owen Sound Attack to gather it up again. About a minute remaining here in overtime. Down the boards. Banks with the puck. Terrian Watson. Good stick again by Brown. And Brown will try to clear the zone. He knocks Bowie down, and look at Brown. He'll send it down the length of the ice. Here comes the Owen Sound Attack again. Still 40 seconds remaining in the period. The overtime period. Terrian, the former North Bay Battalion, back to the blue line. Slot area. Banks off to the wing, down low again. Terrian shoots, he scores! Overtime goal for the Owen Sound Attack, and they roar back to beat the London Knights and spoil the party here on opening night as the Attack win it by the score of 3-2.
Well, the Attack moved this puck down to the low post, and Terrian walks off the low post right here, and he finds the 5-hole in behind Gatto as he tries to raise that pad and put it back in place before he could. The Owen Sound Attack waltz into Canada Life Place on opening night and roar back from 2-0 down with 2 power play goals, 1 in the third period, 1 in overtime, to take a 3-2 win away from London.
Stay tuned for Sophie and the post-game Haligaliyama Knights Hockey on Rogers TV.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
If you are considering divorce, talk to the family law experts at Drake Law. Find out what your options are. Divorce doesn't have to be a fight, but when there's a lot at stake, call Drake. DrakeLaw.ca.
Coulter's has been the family pharmacy London has trusted for over 50 years. From personalized medication advice, vaccinations, and pharmacists qualified to assess health issues. At Coulter's Pharmacy, get the customized care that is right for you. You can trust Progressive Countertop to bring design to the surface in your home with beautiful Canadian-made quartz surfaces like Handstone, manufactured locally in London. Progressive Countertop is a smart choice for Canadian-made quality and expert installation.
Hi, I'm Melissa Maloney. I am the host of What's Up London, where we talk to amazing people in the London community who are doing so many incredible things. Watch What's Up London only on Rogers TV.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Join us Saturday, October the 11th for Rogers TV Night with the Knights. Bring new toques, mitts, scarves, gloves, or warm socks to support youth at BGC London. Visit our concourse table for prizes. Watching from home, tune in to Rogers TV for your chance to win Knights tickets. I'd like to welcome back in Rick and Greg. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts on the first game of the season?
Well, a good game, a long game, penalty-filled game, Rick, and certainly you got to give credit to the Owen Sound Attack. Let's take a look at that period summary brought to you by Banbury Enterprises.
Well, the Owen Sound Attack struck first in the third period as Zerkovsky ends up alone in front of the net, and this puck comes directly to him, and he makes no mistake as he lifts that over the pad of Gatto for his first of the campaign. It makes it a 2-1 hockey game. This on the power play as Sikora with a dart over top of Gatto's glove as that ties the hockey game up with about 8 minutes left. And then in overtime, it's Therrien who walks off the low post, waits for Gatto to open up, and he finds the 5-hole. And that is the dagger in the heart as the Owen Sound Attack come all the way back from a 2-0 deficit to score 3 goals, 2 in the third period, 1 in overtime to take the 3-2 win. The Knights win 56% of the draws in tonight's hockey game. The Owen Sound Attack went 2 for 9 on the power play as the London Knights went 0 for 4 with the manpower advantage. The shots on goal, 47-28 in favor of the Knights. Bennett had an outstanding game in goal for the Owen Sound Attack. At the other end, Gatto played extremely well for the London Knights, so a bit of a goaltender's duel, a 3-2 overtime win for the Owen Sound Attack.
So it was a penalty-filled game. Owen Sound had enough opportunities. So did the Knights. Finally, Owen Sound power play started clicking in that third period, Rick.
Well, and that's exactly what they needed in that third period. They had some pressure on the London Knights and finally got a man open. One down low in the low post and one right off the face-off dot. Sikora made no mistake with that dart over the shoulder of Gatto, and of course,
Sokolovsky. No.
The overtime goal scored by Therrien.
Yeah.
He waited for Gatto to open up, and he found the 5-hole.
I thought you were going that Sokolovsky. He had the penalty and created the opportunity for Therrien. Therrien made no mistake. He came back out onto the ice. Tomorrow night, you got to forget about this one. Opening night, lose it in overtime. You do get a point, but at the end of the day, London goes down to Windsor tomorrow night to meet probably one of the better teams in the Western Conference this year.
Well, in my opinion, it is the best team in the Western Conference. It's between them and Kitchener. London is going to make some noise in this season before it's all said and done. One thing that London has to find is some offense. They're going to have to find it at the WFCU tomorrow night in Windsor.
Sophie, we'll send it back down to you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Time now to take a look at our 3 stars brought to you by Coulter's Pharmacy. Our 3rd star is the overtime hero, Therrien. He picked up that overtime goal. Our 2nd star is attack netminder Bennett. He made 45 saves. And our 1st star is London Knights goaltender Sebastian Gatto, who made 25 saves tonight. Now for the save of the period.